Yes, sir. Here goes my neighbor is looking a little wild today. Bro, it's getting cold out. I didn't cut.
It's getting cold outside, bro. It is getting real cold outside. I got the shiest on the head, like it is freezing.
You got it
outside.
over the headphones. That's the part I love.
Listen, I'm trying to stay warm out here, because as I'm looking out here at my friendly neighbor this morning, it is a cold one here tonight. What's going on, world? It is your boys, the Pay Window Podcast.
It's us.
It is us. We are on the Sandbox Podcast Network. Shout out to the big boss, man.
Shout out to the big boss, man.
It is your boy, Vernon Somoza, the wrestling opiner. What's happening? What's going on? Happy Thanksgiving. We are on the
Not
eve.
yet. Half an hour till Thanksgiving.
I'm saying exactly. We're on the eve
Yeah.
of a Thanksgiving Day tradition. The joy that is talk about some pro wrestling, and to do so today, as always, I am with my boy.
Touch it. Ow. You want to say my name?
My boy Frank Champion. What's going on?
You gotta say my name and I flex on them. That's what I do. Even though they can't see the muscle. I feel like we need a name if it's a Thanksgiving tradition. This is the second time we're recording on the Wednesday right before Thanksgiving. I feel like we need a Thanksgiving tradition.
Yeah.
What is the tagline that the E uses? That'll be our what did they used to use for Survivor Series?
Oh, that was all. It was a Thanksgiving Day tradition. The strive isn't a strive to survive.
Oh, I don't know.
For Survivor Series, I feel like it is strive to survive.
Strive to survive. We're doing that. That's what we're calling it then.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me look it up.
Strive to survive. I'm working with. Working title. Let's see if it lasts the 2 hours we're about to take right now on this wild journey through wrestling, because this has been a strange couple weeks, hasn't it?
Who are you telling?
I mean,
who are you telling?
We had a 9-match card. I think the show before that we had a 4-match card, 5-match card. We have a 9-match card tonight. Couple quick ones, couple squash matches, but 9 matches nonetheless. Have you found anything yet?
I'm looking. What was the nickname of it?
You're a little lost. This is great. This is
Soul Survivor. The Soul Survivor. Was that it? Maybe it's not awful. Strive to Survive. The Soul Survivor?
Strive to Survive, I like.
I think I just made Strive to Survive up, so let's go with it, but it definitely is not Strive to Survive.
Sure, why not? Speaking of going with it, you want to go right into Nick Hogan?
Yo.
But before we do that, we have a special guest with us.
Who is our special guest for tonight?
We have a guy who was here last year for our evaluation. You might see him in the background. He just popped up. He's about to slap on the headphones. Let me scooch. Let me give some room. Let me have some more space on here. Ladies and gentlemen, back again for the second time on the Pay Window. Let's give it up for the big boss man, DSP.
My man.
DSP's in the building.
What's going on, brother DSP?
I'm good, man. How are you, brother?
I'm living, bro. I'm living.
Hoping you come up good. Hold on. Let me check the audacity. Y'all can keep talking.
How am I sounding?
I just want to make sure the levels are good. The microphone is good for you.
Am I sounding good?
Let me scooch. Boss man, I'm sorry. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
To the Shizzo. How you feeling? How things been?
I'm good, man. Feeling good. Paying attention to what you guys been doing.
Vern, we're in trouble.
I mean,
are we okay? Man. Are we okay with Sailor Mouth? Are we?
Sailor Mouth was good. Sailor Mouth was a positive.
That was a risky episode.
Yeah, very risque, but it was good, man. Yeah. But now I've been watching, and I noticed you guys had mentioned something about TKO Sports and how everything is changing and all that. And I was like, wait a minute. Now that they mentioned that and the merger has went down and it's all successful and whatnot, what happens to that building in Stamford, Connecticut?
I think it's gone already.
It's already gone.
Yeah. Oh, they
already built their headquarters.
They got new office buildings. Yeah, they got new office space.
The
new
office
already?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the new office space it's like it's way more friendly, like fan friendly in terms of visiting it and coming to like
Okay.
actually visit the WWE.
Is it more like a museum now,
Yeah.
or
I don't know. They probably will build one. They have a belt out front. Here you go, right here, DSP. I'll put it on for the people as well.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Boom. And then let's get it here.
I did not know that.
Why ain't it showing? Hold on. Oh. Add
Yeah,
this.
you
There
did,
we
you
go.
gotta add it.
Boom. Boom. There goes your building right there.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think they're downtown
So
Stanford now.
Did they
before.
add to the building, or they just moved?
No, they moved. This is like downtown.
Yeah. So they moved, and I think they moved to leasing because I think they used to own the building they were in.
Yeah.
They bought it, so I think they moved on to be leases of this building. So they no longer like.
The thing is, they might need a bigger building.
Why? Yeah, and why own it?
Yeah.
Why have to deal with that cost?
Right.
I mean, this is the old towers here. They own this building.
Yeah, they own that.
This building screams 90s, doesn't it, Vern?
Yes.
With the big mirror building.
Big mirror windows, yes.
Hey, Rey Mysterio got thrown off of that building.
And
for money in the bank. For money in the bank.
And survived.
Yeah, so it's cool. They got a new building. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got rid of the headquarters.
I did not know that. Because I was thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, you're talking about a huge merger like that, and they're still at that same building. I was like, something's got to happen.
TKO Sports is a whole different animal now.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. It's a whole different animal. And as you've seen in the last couple of weeks, if you had a chance to check in on the product, it's really
different.
It's a whole different.
It's different.
Unit.
Yeah, it's different.
Have you realized how different merchandising is now for them? Now that who was it that took over? Fanatics?
Oh, this Fanatics.
Fanatics does their shop.
Does their merch now, right?
Really?
They took. It's so interesting. Like everything that they used to do in house, they've now since moved, outsourced it.
It's less expenses on them. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all it is, bro.
They have merch like all.
They
the
have
time
way more
now.
merch.
Like,
they have way more merch than they used to. Like,
yeah,
I feel like
because remember it was coming out of their pocket.
Yeah,
now
I feel
it's somebody
like
else doing it, so it's like, hey,
like what's her name?
Have a blast.
Rhea has a new shirt like every 2 or 3 weeks.
Rhea Ripley?
Yeah, she
really?
has a new shirt
well,
like
she's
every 2 or 3 weeks.
Over, so it's like, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Before,
it wasn't
even
like
if you were over, you're not getting that many shirts that quickly.
Right.
Nowadays,
it's
they're pumping out shirts. The Judgment Day alone. I mean, screw it. Let's go, Vern. Let's go to WWEshop.com real quick. I'll just type in Judgment Day.
I didn't know it was like that's what. Remember, we were talking about it on the ride here. I was like, that deal must have been going on for a minute before we even heard about it.
What deal are you talking about?
The merger with TKO
of course.
And
well.
You think it was that quick, and then they did all this that quick?
No, this. What do you mean by this?
Like
I'm confused.
the changing of the building and.
Well, no, the building was already.
It was
thought about
in
2019.
Okay.
So Vern,
right. Yeah, even
as we were just saying,
was different though.
Yeah, it's ran by Fanatics, a Fanatics experience.
Okay.
I mean, just how quickly.
Yeah, look at that.
Look, they sell her jacket. I didn't even know that.
Right.
They sell her jacket as merch. Mommy's always on top. Mommy's always on top. I mean, they got shirts for days. Right? These are the whole Judgment Day.
Okay.
The whole
Judgment Day.
That's crazy, bro.
Yo, can we talk about a crew that remember when Edge left and I was like, yo, they're done. Without Edge, they're done.
Yeah, I remember that.
There was a shot of them.
I remember that.
In a million years, I never would have thought this was the outcome. Never would have thought this was their outcome.
I'm not gonna front. When I first saw, I was like, how long is this gonna last? You know what I'm saying? And then it lasted.
Here we are. They're the top stable. They're in what we're going to talk about later.
Yo, Monday Night Raw has become when the Judgment Day turns. It's become their own soap opera.
Really? Is that what it is?
I got the wrong one. Hold on.
Is that what it is? Oh man,
that's the one I want. This is the one I want right here.
Which was this?
This is what we knew.
Right.
And this is what we have now.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
I called it yesterday.
Randy, we added Drew.
They had to. Drew needed something, bro.
We'll get there later, but let's get started with topic number 1.
Yeah, what's this?
I got something for you.
This?
Vern, are you ready?
What is this? What's going on with the Hogan family, yo?
Brother.
What is going on with the Hogan family?
Vern, brother, dude, brother. Nick Hogan Son of pro wrestling legend Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea, arrested on DUI charges. This is from, I'm guessing, a local affiliate somewhere down in Florida.
Channel 7.
KIRO, Channel 7, live, local, and in-depth. This comes from Bob D'Angelo, Cox Media Group, National Content Desk. Okay. Out in Clearwater, Florida.
You don't want to share that?
No, I don't. I usually just read these right off.
Okay.
Nick Hogan, the son of professional wrestling legend Hulk Hogan, is accused of driving under the influence in West Central Florida, authorities said. According to Pinellas County Sheriff's Office online booking records, Nick Hogan, 33, whose legal name is Nicholas Allen Bollea, was charged with driving under the influence, refusal, which is a first-degree misdemeanor. An arrest affidavit said that at about 1:18 a.m. on Saturday, officers conducting a traffic stop on Gulf to Bay Boulevard observed the Dodge Ram that was approaching them in a separate lane. Okay. An officer used his flashlight to signal to Bollea that he must slow down and move to another lane, but police said that he did not comply, which was a violation of the state's move over law, according to the television station. The Clearwater Police Department said another officer detected that the vehicle was traveling at 51 in a 40-mile-per-hour zone in his car radar, according to WFLA. An officer stated that in the arrest affidavit that Bollea's breath had a strong odor of alcohol, the Tampa Bay Times reported. His balance was allegedly unsteady and he had bloodshot, glassy eyes, according to the newspaper. Police said that Bollea refused a breath test but performed poorly on field sobriety tests, the Times reported. Bollea was released Saturday evening after posting $500 bail, online records show. When Bollea was 17 in 2007, he was involved in a car crash that left a passenger in his vehicle, John Graziano, with severe brain damage. If you are the Laps fan podcast listener, you know everything about that lawsuit case there.
Yep.
With severe brain damage, the Times reported. At the time, police said that Bollea was racing when he lost control of his vehicle and crashed into a tree, according to the newspaper. Bollea pleaded no contest to a charge of reckless driving in May 2008 and received an 8-month sentence in jail and 5 years probation, WFLA reported. Vern, should we give the floor to our guest here?
Please.
DSP, boss man, talk to me about what you think about this whole situation.
What the hell, bro? I mean, that's all I can say to this. It's like, what the hell's going on with the family, bro? What's going on with the Bolleas, the Hogans, right? Like, I mean, you damn near killed the last person you did drunk driving with.
They were racing.
And this is just him getting caught.
Yeah.
You don't know how regularly he does this.
All right. For the people at home that are watching on YouTube, I'm gonna pop up the screen and the photo. Vern, take a look at this guy.
Yo,
is this not the face of a man who drinks alcohol every day?
Look at the skin, bro.
Yeah,
on,
dude,
bro.
that's it. He's a 33-year-old man and looks older than I am.
And he looks old.
I am 39.
Like,
I turned 39 yesterday.
Come on, bro.
Word. Congrats.
This
Happy
man,
birthday to you.
Happy
appreciate
birthday,
it.
little
Word,
bro. But
bro.
for real, like,
He's 33.
He's 33. He looks older than us.
Right.
I'm
You're
just
10
saying,
years older than that man.
Yo, he's
years
rocking
older
the
than you.
Florida man gimmick hard in this
Yes.
picture. He's got Florida man all over him.
If he wasn't Nick Hogan, it would just say Florida man.
That's a fact.
Florida
That's a
man.
fact.
And if he hurt somebody,
Yep.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
Florida man arrested on vehicular manslaughter.
Yep.
That's all it would have
That's
said.
what it would have said.
And it
That's
would
a
have just
fact.
been Nick, whoever.
Right.
If the fact that it's Nick Hogan, he doesn't get the Florida man.
Right.
You know what's embarrassing about this, right? Is like you read the story, right? So you figure this is a traffic stop. Your typical cops are just standing there, right? Checking your registrations. And this numbskull has a cop that goes, yo, slow down, move over.
Slow down, move the hell
And
over.
He's had a couple of
doesn't-
drinks, or he's playing on his phone, whatever. So he just keeps driving
This guy.
straight, right? You think like, yo,
This guy.
it's not even that he got caught, right? But it's like, yo, bro, you literally got caught because you just wasn't paying attention.
You weren't paying attention. Right. Exactly, bro.
Like this wasn't they pulled you over because you was being reckless. No, they told you to slow down and you just
blew by him.
You just blew by him
like an idiot.
Dude,
so
you moron.
It's like DSP just said, bro, you You DUI'd last time this whole thing happened. You was racing a car and something bad happened. Like,
bro.
Right.
I'm honestly, can I be real with you? I'm shocked he has a license, bro.
Right.
How do you have a
I was
license,
just about to ask
bro?
that. Like, how does he still have a license?
That's a fact.
There's no way after this he should have one.
And the bail was only $500.
Thank you.
Right. So that means that means it was what, 5,000? He's paid 10%, right?
But I'm saying, and it's like,
bail.
And he refuses to blow. Okay, I get that. I got a lot of
because you knew you're drunk.
Yeah,
and that's the thing, right? That's what lawyers always tell you. Don't blow. What it would just keep your mouth quiet and
don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. Yeah.
Right? I get that. But it's like, Brody,
this guy.
You failed all the field sobriety tests.
I'm sorry.
Yo, the Zoom ins be cracking me up. I don't know why they do.
Gosh, like
it's sad.
It's
bro.
it's crazy because you did this once before.
Yes.
You shouldn't even have a license. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have no license. Like,
I mean, where's your conscience at that point, though?
Bro, you're a mess, bro. This kid's a mess.
Is this not? Well, I've always been a rich kid, so I've gotten away with a lot of stuff.
Yes.
So this is just another consequence. What's next?
It's just in the age of you need a car to drive you somewhere, you push a button on your phone.
Right.
A car shows up to take you, right? So just DUIing a DWI in 2023. You want it. Like, I'm sorry.
You want you want to get caught.
That's a fact.
You rolling the dice.
That's a fact.
Because a DWI in 2023 is just
really?
You got no money on a card? You got a credit card? Like, what is it? What you that broke?
Like
you couldn't afford to go out and drink, but you couldn't afford the Uber back home?
Right. Come on, bro.
So
and all he had to do was literally move over. He didn't move over, so he got pulled over.
The cop wasn't even trying to pull him over. He was just telling him move, yo. You're in the wrong lane.
Fam.
You know what I mean?
And this was at 1:18 in the morning. Come on, you know he had Pabst Blue Ribbon on his breath. You know it was Pabst on his breath.
You know it was natural ice, bro.
You know it was Natty Lights. It was Tall Boys. It was Tall Boys.
Straight seltzer beer.
Come on. My man had ripples on deck. There was empty Ripple bottles in the car. That's what they're telling us, man.
That's right.
I mean, it's sad, bro. Just to wrap this one up quick, because let's get the hell on out of here.
Seriously.
It's sad. Yeah, no, it's seriously sad. But hey, whatever happened.
A Dodge Ram. He was driving. But you're in a Dodge Ram. You're literally driving a tank. It's a tank that like what?
Right, especially in 23.
Yes.
You're not in a Yaris.
They're huge. You're
not in a Yaris, bro.
Get the hell out of the way, bro.
You're not a smart car. Hit somebody, it'll be like a roller skate. Nah, bro.
Right, exactly.
You had one job. Bro. Just get the hell over.
Just move, bro. Yeah. You would have been fine.
That wasn't smart on his behalf. So we're gonna move on to a little lighter situation. So Fern, for this one, me and you know about this one, but we're gonna go DSP's way for this one again because he probably has no idea who this is. So DSP, Gabbi Tuft is returning to professional wrestling. So right now, I'm sure you have a question for me.
I was gonna ask you, is that what this was, or was this just Gabbi Tuft revisiting a wrestling ring? That's what I didn't understand. If it was
Gabbi has expressed her interest in returning. Okay.
I didn't know that. Okay,
that the itch is there.
Got it.
Okay, and now, as I was about to say, DSP, you're probably asking yourself, who in the world is Gabbi Tuft?
Right. If she's returning, that means I've known her, right?
Vern.
I've heard of her.
Vern, should I just tell him or should I show him?
I think it's a thing you got to show.
It's something I got to
show. Because Gabbi would go with show versus tell. I think in the spirit of Gabbi, I think that would
you have to show.
Yeah, okay. I think that would represent Gabbi.
DSP, do me a favor. We're gonna play a kids game here.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to close your eyes and put your hands over your eyes. No peeking.
No peeking.
But you know what? But again, I don't think Dell would know. Would
I don't think he's gonna know who that is. As
I
well.
Wouldn't either. I wouldn't have either. If you didn't explain it to me, I wouldn't have either.
Really?
But we're gonna see.
Really?
We're going to see.
But I think if you play the video, doesn't Gabbi say that in the video?
I think there might be. Now hold on, Vern. Hold on, DSP. Vern, do you think this is a good shot I can use right here for DSP to know who this is? Maybe this one.
Yeah, because those are all posts that Gabbi's post from Gabbi's
post himself. Okay, DSP. On the count of 3, I want you to drop your hands and look at the screen. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go right ahead. This is Gabbi Tuft. Gabbi Tuft used to be Gabe Tuft, which was Tyler Rex, who was
wait a minute. This is real.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is
no,
Gabbi
because
Tuft.
This picture right here, this picture you have up right here,
Sure,
I've seen on social media.
Okay.
Yes, this is post Gabby's feminization surgery. Yeah.
Yes.
Because
and I was like, wait a minute.
This was at first.
Yes, and I was like,
this is how Gabe looked at first
before
and then,
the surgery.
Then got the surgery done. Now it's full feminine.
Okay. See,
yes.
okay, that's why I was like,
There's
don't
another
know
shot.
But now that you showed the picture, I was like, okay.
So Gabbi Tuft.
But I never seen when Gabby was Gabe.
Gabe was Tyler Rex.
I never seen him.
Cup of coffee. Shot of espresso.
Okay.
I wouldn't even say a cup of coffee.
Okay.
Shot of espresso.
Okay.
Pre NXT, like before NXT became NXT.
The FCW, whatever.
I would say he did FCW. He probably did the ECW route.
Okay.
Was there literally a shot of espresso? It wasn't even a cup of coffee, bro.
Okay.
It was like
very
quickly. He was in, he was out. Very forgettable. Very forgettable. Not a significant moment. No big moment for him.
Okay.
Got his paydays, I'm sure. And now he's doing now she's doing what she wants to do, and that's to be Gabby.
Okay.
So now Gabby has expressed interest in returning into the professional wrestling ring. And I just wanted to play this video for you guys so you guys can take a look and see what we're watching here. So if you guys are ready, here we go.
Get up.
Hey, stranger. How are you? What are you doing, kid? I'm wonderful. This is the first time since I left I've been in the ring. Good Lord. I miss this.
Do you?
I didn't think I did until I went to the garden. I was like, oh, fuck, I miss the energy.
I know.
I didn't think I would. And then I'm like, I was there, and then I'm here. I'm like, wow.
I keep saying I'm fixing to retire, but it's kind of harder than that.
She said, you're never going to retire until you have
Hold
to.
us.
Shut up. I really, like, I miss you. I miss you, too. I can just stuff it in there. Ready? Okay.
Yep.
Whenever that is.
All right. We're gonna hit the pause button on that. I'm gonna swing it to Vern. Oh, too far. Vern Bocci, your thoughts on just that quick little video and the idea of a former male WWE superstar now transitioning into a female returning into the wrestling ring. Tell me your thoughts on that, Vern. I love the blank face he has right now.
I mean, it's the first of its kind, I guess. I can't think of another example, unfortunately. And if there is, I apologize because it's just outside my wheelhouse of.
I don't think there is, sir.
Of wrestling and wrestlers and talent,
Right.
but I mean, so look. I think that video, like, great. I guess I just don't know what the point of the video was. Just to walk in, just like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like
it was
videos,
it was an Instagram reel.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
something
those
to
kind of videos,
a buzz going.
They remind you of like you know, like the Rock videos where the Rock's like, hey,
the Rock's always in the corner. Hey,
and Rock has to walk in and he's like, he's got a hat, and it's just like, oh, hey, Del, take this hat. And inside there's a key, and you're like, what's this key for? Oh, it's for that house right there. And it's always like,
it's yours.
Bitch, like I get it.
Sponsored by Terramana.
Exactly. Like I understand why you do the video, but it's just like, as sweet as a moment as that was for Gabby to share with Dustin.
Right.
Even at that, it just seemed like Dustin's like, oh, I was gonna retire, but no, I'm not. It's just like, what? Like you said, because I guess I didn't know Tyler Rex's career. I wasn't fully aware of that situation.
Okay.
And like you said, Gabbi Tuft was in the business for a sip of coffee.
Yeah. Like a sip, ooh, too hot, and we put it back down and then never go back to the cup.
So
a cup of coffee.
I guess part of me is just like, okay, so outside of it being a trans athlete, what's the allure here? Like it's not like it wasn't like this was some super over talent who came back.
Right.
Now,
Right?
this is the thing. Now, this is the only reason why I'm bringing it up, and maybe I'll
Yeah.
ask you this, Pete. This is the only reason why I'm bringing it up.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with the actual return of the return. It's the thought of what the possibility is of what you're seeing. You're seeing a former male WWE superstar now become a trans woman and wrestle in the ring again. It's something like you said, you've never seen before.
Well,
my question is,
but I
my
mean,
question
Gabby
would be, go ahead.
but I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but Gabriella Shaw's a trans athlete. Like there are trans
Giselle
athletes.
Shaw.
There's
Giselle Shaw. There's Nyla Rose. There's a bunch on the indies. Yes, but Vern.
Yeah, I guess because we've never
WWE superstars that have made a transition from male to female, it's going to catch the eyes of people because of that. Just because you're gonna
WWE.
slap WWE in front of it.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I brought it up.
I hear you, but I guess like in this instance, it's one of those things where it's like it is, but it's like being the 8th guy coming off the bench off the 96 Bulls. You know what I mean? It's like being like that guy. That's all.
8th, I think you're being generous.
You're being very generous.
That's all.
10th, 11th guy.
Like it's like being on the practice squad the year that they won the chip and you get a ring.
Yeah.
Like it's
like
technically like, okay, you were there, but like how was I supposed to know that? Like, no offense.
I see what Frank is saying, and I see what you're saying, Vern.
Yeah,
I think it's more or less like, what was the purpose of the post? Was it to clout chase?
Buzz.
You know,
that's what it is. Like, I guess that's what it is. Like,
because
it's like a weird,
when Bravo said, "Yo, if it didn't say WWE, would people care?"
No, nobody would.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because I'm like, there are trans athletes, so I guess it's really not unique. That's what I said. A lot of it's actually the only difference is that none of us have ever seen the literal transition. We've never seen that, so that in and of itself makes it unique. But
and then the WWE,
but it's like part. I'm telling you,
I guess, but like I said, but this is like you're with WWE in the same way I'm WWE because I have stock.
Right.
Yes, because I have checks. I have paychecks that say Vince McMahon on it, right? That he paid me. So
I
so it's like it would be like that, and it's like I'm just like I get it, but it's like you're only a WWE superstar because you did work there, but like you weren't.
It's not like a Seth Rollins transition.
That's right. Like so, if Seth Rollins did this, then I would be like, dude,
be like, whoa,
wild.
This is crazy.
But this is more just like okay.
But
I guess that's the thing to do. Like,
think about it.
Del got it right. It's clout, but it's like I guess I don't want to call it clout chasing, right? Because I don't want to be offensive, but like in a weird way, it is. So
hold on.
What's unique about it now?
Let's think about it. Let's think about this because you're saying this.
Yeah.
You see other trans athletes that are already in our business, in the 100%. Business of professional wrestling. Now let's do something. Right now we have on the Golden State Warriors versus the Phoenix Suns. If Steph Curry transitioned, right? If Steph Curry transitioned fully, embraced it fully, transitioned fully, like a Gabbi Tuft did, and became Stephanie Curry, and said, "I'm gonna go play in the WNBA," it'd be a huge deal. It'd be a huge deal
because there's trans cheerleaders, there's tons of trans athletes,
but there's no trans pro athletes in other pro sports.
Well, no, there's.
The major pro
Cowboys on the Cowboys. One of the Cowboys cheerleaders, is it the Cowboys? One of them's a trans.
You're talking about cheerleaders.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, I can't think of. I don't think of pro sports.
There is no former male professional athlete that has transitioned to a female that now plays the female equivalent of that same sport.
Not yet. No. In college, there's tons of that in college, but not in. You're right, not in pro sports. No,
but I'm talking in the major four.
Yeah, no.
Basketball, football, baseball, hockey.
Nah.
Right? You don't see that.
Nah.
Granted, there's no female football that's that big of a deal, but you get what I'm saying. There's no professional sport that's on television that has trans athletes in it besides professional wrestling. Right? If you call professional wrestling a sport. Or entertainment, whatever you want to call it.
But it's not. But yes.
Yes. It's fake fighting. It's fake fighting.
It's not. But yes.
Yes. But that's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
guess
saying.
that's why it's not even a big deal because it's not. It's
But
not.
it will
It's
be.
not.
I'm not saying it
I
is a
know.
big. I'm not saying it's going to be a big
But
deal.
it will be.
But the fact that the WWE was that
Name
Gabbi
is
was a former
associated with it,
WWE,
for sure.
that's the only
Yeah.
reason why. It's the only reason why I brought it up. So we can move on. That's what I'm saying.
But like I said, but I
do you
think,
have
but I
anything-
just, I
anything
think
on
that this,
this,
but this
or-
is a case
No,
of
I'm good.
like, it's such an asterisk though. This is such an
Yeah,
asterisk. This
you
is
know why I
such a
think
like.
it's such an asterisk to us is because we're part of the smart fan group.
I
Like
guess
to a
right,
casual fan, they'll be like, "Wait, what? Former WWE wrestler?
Yeah.
Transition?
I guess so, right?
Whoa,
Yeah,
wait a
like-
minute."
Yeah.
To us, we're like, okay, what did they do in the E? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if they had some sort of
Like
accomplishments,
I could.
It's
And then
like
they came
it'd be
back.
like Braden Walker. Like you telling me Braden Walker,
Right.
former WWE talent, Braden Walker. It's like what? He had
Right,
3 matches. What are you talking
right,
about?
exactly,
let's see.
exactly.
He
Let's
wouldn't call
see.
it. Braden Walker wouldn't say he's a former WWE athlete, but
Mm.
I'm
Or-
trying to see how
or-
long.
or-
Okay. 08.
Oh wait,
1 year.
One
1
year
year
in
in
the
the
Indies,
Indies. 08 came to FCW.
uh-huh.
Gone by 14.
But did he ever get called up?
Yeah. Yep. Teamed with Kurt Hawkins
Kurt
for a little
Hawkins.
bit. Singles competition.
Oh, wow.
He was on the
2 years.
ECW Superstar Initiative.
Dang.
Okay.
New Superstar
See?
Initiative.
Sci-fi.
Around the
I was
time
la-
Sheamus
all right.
came up.
Sci-fi,
Yeah, around that time Sheamus
See,
and
then,
them came up.
then remind us, make a note. Next time we got Prof on or something, tell Prof, give us a rundown. Give us a
Give us
rundown.
he
Yeah,
might
yeah,
know.
Gabbi
He
Tuft.
might
Because
know.
Prof
Up
would
top.
know, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
up
know.
top.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Shout out to Gabbi Tuft. I want to
Yeah,
see what
hey.
happens. Oh,
Hey,
look, one
shout out to
question.
Gabbi Tuft.
One question.
End of the
One
day,
question
what's
on
up,
Gabbi Tuft when we move on. Who pulls the trigger? Brings her in for some dates. Who pulls the trigger?
Oh, Impact.
Yes, sir. Moving
Impact.
on.
Impact, yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
Moving on.
absolutely.
Vern,
Absolutely.
DSP, Backlash.
Oh, what?
You know what though? Wait, I'm
France.
sorry. Wait. I said
What?
Impact because Impact's a quick answer, but I feel like in Tony Twitter fingers has been so spicy as of late.
Oh.
I feel like he would 100% bring just
You
to
think so?
stick it to
You think
as
without
petty Tony has
without
been.
the Liberators
Because of
there?
the WWE thing?
Without the Liberators there?
And not inclusive?
Not the social justice warriors there?
I'm just saying, yo, Nyla. You could bring in if you book Gabbi
Nyla
Tuft and
versus
Nyla,
Gabbi
that would
Yo,
be the
didn't they
first.
get rid of Sonny Kiss though? They didn't resign
Sonny Kiss is on
Sonny.
Impact now.
Yeah,
They
Sonny
didn't
Kiss.
resign
I just
Sonny.
we'll be
That's
talking about
I
Sonny
was
Kiss
like
in a second.
the social justice warriors ain't there no more, bro.
I don't know, man.
They
I
went
feel
back
like
home.
I feel like in Tony's weird brain, that would be like, oh, I'm gonna stick it to them.
It's one or the other.
It
in all
depends.
honesty.
It depends.
Yeah.
You might be right because Tony is weird like that.
And
so.
where did Gabby go? What school she go to? Dustin's school.
Dustin School.
The Nightmare Factory, right? That was the Nightmare
No,
Factory.
that was the Rhodes Wrestling Academy.
That's
Oh.
Rhodes Wrestling Academy. Yeah.
Nightmare Factories is Cody's.
Yeah, it's Cody's, right?
What is like?
Yeah.
Don't get me.
Cut that.
I'm still working my way up.
No.
Relax.
I got them Jade. Don't mess
I
this
got
up
the
for me.
Jade
right.
word.
Don't mess this up for me.
Right.
Yo, you imagine that though? A year from now, we're like, bro, were we wrong? Gabbi Tuft killing it. Gabbi Tuft killing
Gabby's
it. We were
Gabby
wrong.
is just bodying
Gabby-
everything.
Gabby's a
Greatest
superstar,
female
baby.
worker ever. Yo,
We were
10-time AEW Impact champion. Watch.
Superstar.
Yeah,
We'll
we
come
were
back in a
wrong.
year. Episode whatever, 70 something by then.
That's gonna
We'll
be
see.
hilarious. That's
We'll
gonna
see.
be hilarious.
All right, so like I was saying, Vern, Backlash.
Yo,
France.
this
Yeah,
is
man.
crazy.
I don't know how to say that. You know how to say that, DSP?
Woo.
Lion.
Leon,
The scene.
the scene.
France.
France.
Vern. France.
Yo.
That's
Vern.
crazy.
France.
TKO is flexing that TKO money.
Yep.
Let's just keep that
That's-
in mind.
Go ahead.
This is
Go ahead. Run with it, Vern.
TKO.
If I got no article, nothing. Run
Bro,
with this. Go ahead.
TKO, think about it. They've booked shows in Germany. They all of a sudden,
All
WWE
over, bro.
has truly become global.
It's
Yep.
yo, they're all
Yep.
over Europe, bro.
Let me see.
Remember, it
It's
used
not
to
a
be like
game.
once a year, every now and then they do an overseas tour. Now, bro, they are constantly every other month. We're hearing that they're in Scotland. They're
Bro, I remember when you guys like broke it, like, yo, they're gonna merger with some MMA company. I'm like, I know exactly. That's for logistic purposes.
Mhm.
That's all that's for. And now look, France? Backlash at France? Like,
Yo.
wait a minute, what's going on?
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
So it's
what you
it's-
think? What you think the possibility of getting? You got Backlash right on a
Right.
Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right. Let's just say that's when Backlash is going to be on a Saturday.
Probably on a Saturday.
What
the date
are
was
the
on the card?
odds that we can get a Backlash on a Saturday, a UFC on a Sunday, and like something else on a Friday?
Well, UFC is normally a Saturday.
Yeah,
See, that's what I was going to say. I was like, see, that's the conflict here because I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But I'm sure
do you
they
think
can
we'll
do
ever
it
see
the
a
same
day
night.
that
They
you'll
could probably
have?
do it the same night
They can
because
do it the same
different
night.
regions, different time zones.
Yeah.
But do you think you'll ever see a day that you have like
All
the
three.
US TKO Sports comes to your city and they bring a UFC fight and they bring a WWE
Oh yeah.
card
Once they
Burn.
figure
and
it
they
out,
bring an NXT card, like you do all three shows. You imagine
Once they
that
figure
one
it out-
weekend?
Because of time frame, they've been doing Dubai UFC pay-per-views 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yep.
You can get UFC 2:00. That UFC pay-per-view ain't finished till like 6, 7 o'clock.
6, 7, right?
By the time the pay-per-view is over. When does WWE pay-per-view start, Vern?
Around 7,
7.
8.
7 for the pre-show,
Yeah.
right?
Pre-show 8:00. Yeah,
You can
Yeah.
get a TKO day.
Dude,
Wow.
give it
I
a
wonder.
while.
Early
You
prelims,
just
10
gotta
o'clock in the
figure out
morning,
how the
12
money's
o'clock.
gonna work, Vern. That's all
Yeah.
it is, bro.
Yo, could you imagine that though? Like they sell like a package for one price. You
That's
can buy
why they
all the
did
shows
it,
for the
bro.
day. That's
You got to remember, like, pay-per-view buys aren't as high as they used to be. Now you're giving them a package deal of professional wrestling and perhaps MMA or whatever combat sport they want to bring in. Let's not forget, they don't just do MMA. Boxing, kickboxing, form karate, like they do all that. So it's like, yikes, what are they going to do here?
Mhm.
Just because they knew pro wrestling brought the bag. Pro wrestling has been consistently keeping their viewers for decades, bro. And finally, somebody's like, you know what? Why aren't we getting some of that money? Like,
So
Why
I
not?
don't want to stray away from too far from the conversation.
Yeah.
But
yeah. No, go ahead.
I've got a list right here, Vern. I'll let you look at it with me. I've got a list of the upcoming pay-per-views so far that have been announced for next year.
word,
So we've got the Rumble in January in Tropicana Field, Florida. Then we're heading to Perth in February before Mania
what?
for Australia. It's for Elimination Chamber,
What?
aka the Rhea Ripley main event.
Yes,
right?
of course.
She's going to defend it in the chamber.
Yes.
She's going to defeat 5 other women. She's going to be the most over girl heading into Mania.
In the
right?
Mania, right.
So that's that main event for her. We got Stand and Deliver NXT. Of course, we got Mania in Philly, April
Fire.
6th and 7th. We've got Backlash in France, and we have Bash in Berlin in
What?
Germany.
Yo,
The WWE
not
has
playing right
taken-
now. Not
No,
playing right now.
I didn't. I went too far. They have taken those pay-per-views that have been like, oh, it's just filler. Remember we called one
Yeah.
filler, Vern?
And they took
and
it
we
to
were
a whole
completely
nother
wrong.
country.
And they just said, all right, we're just going to go everywhere else with these now. We'll keep the majors here. We'll go everywhere else.
That's
It-
Money in the
my
Bank,
goodness.
London.
It's wild when you think about it, like it makes
Right?
sense. Take all these like pay-per-views like you just said that we all go, oh God, another one.
Yeah, because
Right.
I didn't really rock with Backlash. I know that for a fact.
Backlash was a goodie. That one in Puerto Rico last year, Backlash was a
Fire.
solid show.
Backlash always felt like you're just trying to progress the story because
Yeah,
it's usually
but
right after Mania.
Now that
Now,
you're taking it
that
to a
meant
whole other
something last
country,
time
you
with
might
Bad
be
Bunny.
just a little more motivated to give them a great show.
Yeah.
So
No, absolutely.
wow, that's so intelligent. That's mad smart, bro.
Hold on a second. Oh, that was the India. I'm trying to count how many pay-per-views were there and how many were overseas. Because I'll bring this list back up. Vernie, boom. They got Tribute to the Troops coming up, but we had Saudi Arabia, Crown Jewel. We had an India pay-per-view that they didn't air, not pay-per-view, but a live show they didn't air. Let's see.
I'm
That's
shocked if they didn't air that.
SummerSlam in Detroit, London, England, Money
I
in the
wonder if it's
Bank.
going to be like a special they're going to show.
Probably
Night of Champions. So far, I'm at 4 events this past year.
Backlash.
I'm about to say Blacklash. Backlash, Puerto Rico. Let's see. Let's keep going. Elimination Chamber was Canada. That's still North America. We'll
yeah,
keep
that's
that.
still North America.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that was all last year. So 5 last year. They've already announced what? 4? Is that 4 they've
Yep.
had announced?
4 for
Or
this year.
3? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3.
Okay.
They did 5 last year.
They
You know
might
you're
be-
going to get the Saudi shows. So that's 2 Saudi shows at least. So that's 5 already for 2024. Already. Without announcing where Money in the Bank's going to be yet. Because you know they're working on that. Oh, yep. Come on, like, for sure they're going to be in a lot more places overseas this year coming up.
And you know they're gonna get overseas promoters like, yo, What's up? How do we bid for spots?
When the legislation at Wales was having discussions in what do they call it, Parliament or whatever the hell they call it,
House of Parliament,
about the WWE, about how much revenue it'll bring for the country.
The country, yep.
I want to hear it.
Yep.
That's a different level.
When you know, like,
that is a different level. When you
like
have,
you said,
when you have countries, governments talking
about
that,
you, that's when you know
different
they're
level.
like, okay, maybe we gotta get some
right.
money.
Nobody's bringing up any other company like that. They're not talking about Impact like that.
No.
They're not talking about New Japan like that. Not talking about AEW like that. Like, not at all. So can't wait to see how many more places we go to in 2024.
Yeah, man. Like I said, that merger was made for major logistic changes, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Vince started seeing like, all right, the expenses are getting crazy now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Remember, he toned down with the stages. It's like I think he only had one, like
all stages are Universal pretty much.
Right.
They're very
said,
minimalist like now.
Now he gave his merch shop to, well, not him, but you know what I mean? Fanatics is running it now. So I was like, okay, he's getting rid of a lot of expenses. So there's a lot of revenue coming in. So that's all that is. I'm like, it's smart.
That's smart.
If you ask me, it's smart, bro.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Outsource some of the work and intake all that all the profits that come from that.
For sure. All right. Speaking of outsourcing the work, let's go to a few more topics before we get the big boss man on out of here. Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle, no longer employed with the WWE, will now be, I got a graphic up for us, working for MCW. I think that's Maryland Championship Wrestling.
Yes, sir.
What?
Live Pro Wrestling returns to Hollywood, Maryland next year, February 3rd. Matt Riddle, his first appearance on the independents since leaving the WWE.
So was this a release? Did they not re-sign him? What was going on with this?
So there's been no confirmation, but all rumors that I've read, I've heard say that Dana White basically walked in and was just like, yo, I can't work with that kid because him and Dana White have beef.
They got smoke. That goes back to UFC, bro. Contender, not contender.
So and it makes sense to me, and it makes sense because I could imagine that they want to keep him happy versus Riddle. And again, they're at a time of transition, so I can imagine that it was one of them things where he was just like, "Nah, I'm good." And at that point, that issue Riddle had, I think it just was one of those things where everything just kind of fell into place. It was like, you know what,
let's just split.
Let's cut our losses. We got a new agreement. Yeah. The homie on top is like, I'm not good with him. We're just having some issues. This seems like a good time to
just
transition away from and cut ties. And it's all good. I mean, it doesn't seem like Riddle is upset about it.
I don't think he's sweating it either. He might start fighting again. You never know.
Oh, you haven't seen his new endeavors?
Nah.
He got a new Bud brand coming out.
My God.
Yep. He's about to do OnlyFans.
He's about to do OnlyFans.
He's about to whore himself.
You know his girl, his baby mother's in the industry.
Oh, really?
She's in
the industry. I thought that was her right next to him. Am I bugging?
Yeah, really? she's having his baby. They just had a baby not so long ago.
Okay, when you say the industry, you're talking about the adult industry.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Forgive me. The adult industry. Yes, sir.
Oh.
All right, let me read this article real quick. This is a quick hitter. This is coming from WrestleZone.com. Let's see who wrote it. Written by Colin Tessier. I feel like I've said that name before.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Colin Tessier. Oh, it was published on my birthday. Nice. 2 days ago. All right. Matt Riddle announced for MCW Winter Blast on February 3rd, 2024. Matt Riddle is coming to MCW Pro Wrestling. MCW announced that former WWE star Matt Riddle will be at their MCW Winter Blast event on February 3rd, 2024. The show will be held in Hollywood, Maryland. Natalia Markova, Brian Idol, Gia Scott, James Ellsworth, and other stars are also advertised to appear. There he goes right here, actually. I just seen him on the poster now.
Yep. On the right.
You see him? You see him there, Vern?
Yep. With the
top
hat.
Left. Good old James Ellsworth.
I did not see him.
Didn't see him until I read his name. There's a tweet there. It showed bro, blah, blah, blah. It's an ad. Riddle, a former WWE United States champion, confirmed his departure from the company on September 22nd. He last wrestled on September 4th episode of WWE Raw. At Big Time Wrestling's The Reunion in 3, Riddle is set to face the Hall of Famer Rob Van Dam. That is on March 9th, I believe. Check out Riddle's comments below on how he's weighing his options for his next move here. No, we won't. So Vern.
Wow.
Riddle. Indies.
Hey,
What are you thinking?
I'm happy for him. He made his name. Remember, he made his name on the Indies.
Evolve.
Yep. That's right.
Evolve is where the homie came out and he made
That's
a name.
Where he made a name for himself. Yes.
That's
where he became Mr. Indy.
Yeah.
He became Mr. Indy, and he became the guy that you wanted to bring in to put on a heck of a match.
He was mixing the wrestling with the MMA. Yes. That's right. That's where I seen him.
Honestly, I'm happy for Matt. I wish him the best. Congrats on the new baby, and I'll see you when you get back, because I figure it'll be some time before him and maybe him and Dano squash.
He'll get back, bro.
I think Riddle's going to have to prove his worth.
Yes.
In order to go back.
If he
you think he'll have to take the Drew route?
Yeah, he'll have to become undeniable. But remember, Drew went Indies, Impact, then back to the E. Yes, he did Impact as well.
He did Impact.
So
Vern forgot about that.
Yeah. Yo, I did forget about that.
Galloway.
That's right. He did
Galloway
do
Impact.
Yes.
He did Indies, Impact, then went back.
Yep. Because I remember his indie run, because he was doing the PWG stuff.
He was working PWG.
And we were all over that then.
Yep.
And we were like, yo, Drew needs to go back. What is he doing here?
Yeah, because he was like a stud.
Yeah, Drew stood out.
A sea of indie wrestlers. You got the grown action figure.
Yeah.
Like towering over everyone. I'm like, bro.
Drew looked like he was 7 feet.
You don't belong here, bro.
He looked 7 feet in some of those shots. Yes. Okay, so anything else you want to say about Riddle's first date?
I mean, I'm with you guys, man. I wish him nothing but the best, man. He was super cool to my niece.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, yo, Riddle's my guy. So,
I root for Riddle.
You know
Riddle
what I mean?
always be my guy.
I got no smoke with Riddle, man. I mean, I just hope he does go back to the E, because I mean, he does deserve that final bow in the wrestling world, and the E will give that to you. But if Dana's there, Dana got
one. Well, you know what? Actually, no. I answered my question. Forget it. I was going to say, do you think they'll care if he did? Because he's that OnlyFans is like, he's got his button on. He's like, he's got that sweaty. It's that sweaty emoji where he's like,
but wait, is it like that with these guys still, or because I know Triple H didn't really care about the OnlyFans.
Who knows with TKO? Who knows now? Because that's
right. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Like, I don't know how they feel about it. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, they might even throw that at him. It's like, dude, you got OnlyFans. Sorry, bro.
So Vern, I think every time we mention the word OnlyFans as our running gag, we need to see how much is Mandy Rose's OnlyFans.
Oh, bet.
Subscribe now for $7.99 per month.
Oh, she kept it consistent. Good for her.
Good for her. Should we check Limitless Macy?
They don't show her followers?
Should we check? No, they don't ever show you that. It's all private.
Limitless Macy? What is Limitless charge?
You want to check Limitless Macy?
We can look at her likes, though. She got over 200 to 3,000 likes already.
Good for Limitless Macy. So Vern, Limitless Macy, Miss Estrella? Miss Estrella's she's a little more generous to you. So Vern, would you like to subscribe for just a month?
How much?
It's only going to cost you $5.99.
Hey, now.
But now, Vern.
$6 booty.
Vern, if you can't resist the temptation of having everything Macy Estrella for 6 months, it's only going to cost you $28.75. Hey, that's a steal.
It is. But it's Vern, but for what though? For like somebody's private Instagram feed, you feel me? Like that's the part that's crazy. It's like you're paying to get someone's Instagram feed.
Good sir. Oh, we gotta duck you.
Oh, duck me.
What did I say?
No, not
me.
you.
It was me.
He said that is mad funny.
Oh,
duck 48, 40. We'll go there.
Yeah.
So Vern, that's about $4.79 a month. So you're saving money there, $1.20.
Okay.
Good sir. But if Miss Estrella has convinced you to stick around for the entire year, Vern, for the entire year, I've got a steal for you, sir. Okay, for the whopping deal of just $3.59 a month, that's a grand total of $43.12. I'll lock you in for a year. $43.12.
Do you think she even updates it like on a daily?
Yes. Because here they go right here.
Yes.
Here goes the picture she gives the people. And judging by what we've seen in the group chat, because let's be honest, these things are always accessible.
Yeah.
Her restaurant's doing well, right, Vern? Her restaurant's
Try
booming.
the cupcakes.
Yeah, try the cupcakes. I heard they're amazing. So speaking of going off on their own ventures, Ronda Rousey
Really?
has shown up in Ring of Honor. Vern.
Wait, what happened with Ronda?
Hold on, Vern. Hold on, DSP. We'll catch you up. Before we catch you up, Vern, look at this promo shot. What are we doing? Vern?
What is this?
She's having fun.
Is that a face of fun?
Oh, 100%. Boss, she clearly said so. So Del, you know that she did the match with Brian Kendrick. Her, Tyra Valkyrie, Brian Kendrick. She did that match. Did you see the match? Did you see any clips of the match?
I see the match.
Okay. You seen when she took the bump and immediately just stood right up, right outside the ropes and was waiting for a tag, right?
Yes.
In the interview afterwards, she was like, "Oh my God, had so much fun. I did it for my homegirl Marina. I did it to
you know me,
shine." Right? And she was like, "Yo, all the money I got, I'm donating that because she doesn't need it." Right? So this is her having fun because literally she doesn't need the money. And she's doing it. She's doing it to help her homegirl out because she's trying to big up Marina, right?
Marina's whack.
But Marina's really into it. Marina's committed. As whack as she is, she's committed. So I'll give her that. She's committed herself and never look back on it.
Yeah, well, let's catch DSP up on all things Ronda. Okay, what's the last thing you remember?
That match that Vernon just mentioned with Valkyrie, I think
that happened outside of the.
In the
I'm talking. What's the last thing you remember from? Because you said what happened. So what's the last thing you remember?
I think we were watching something.
Her final match
with Ronda was the
pay-per-view, right?
Watching the pay-per-view.
Where she had the work match. She had the work shoot with Shayna Baszler.
With Shayna Baszler.
They beat on each other.
I think we were all watching that.
We were all watching together. Okay.
That was the last time I seen her.
So that was her last stint.
That's the last thing she's done with pro wrestling since then. That was the last thing.
Yep, and then she
did
that thing with
so
the match you seen
her nothing.
No, contract was up. She was all set.
All set. And then what you saw, right? And then the other day on Ring of Honor television, out of nowhere,
it's gonna air. It's gonna air today.
Oh, is it? Okay,
today.
So
as of
it was all over
November
the
23rd.
internet,
right?
But apropos of nothing, she just jumped in the ring at the Ring of Honor show, and she was at the Ring of Honor show, and this made
the taping. The
taping.
See at the bottom, Thursday, November 23rd. Today.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Right
so
now.
it makes so at the Ring of Honor taping, she jumped in the ring, and she cut a promo, and she's gonna do the tag match with Marina. But from what I'm understanding, and again, from my sources and the people I follow, she's doing it as a favor to the homie, right? And she's wanting to come in and lend her credibility to Ring of Honor. And they're apparently TK's trying to get Ring of Honor on, trying to make another push to get them on TV. So that's his big star. Remember how Phil was his big star to get Collision on TV? Ronda's going to be his big star for Ring of Honor to get Ring of Honor on television. He wants to, allegedly, from what I'm to understand, it's not done yet. It's only he's only got her for this one match, but they're trying to work out a deal to get her long term and be the stalwart for the Ring of Honor show.
And this is TK's plan.
Everything AEW is TK's plan.
Everything AEW is TK's
Vern.
That's right. ROH is part of
AEW. Vern.
What?
She's winning that belt.
No, you think so? Oh, not in that match, but later on.
That match.
Oh yeah, later on. Yes,
that's what I'm laughing about.
Yeah,
she's winning that belt.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you.
Tony,
you,
that's why I'm laughing.
Tony
is gonna J 2.0 Ronda.
Yes.
And has no idea what to do with her because he's not gonna know how to say no when she goes, I'm not gonna lose.
Oh, that's
Athena's been the champ the whole time. This is why I'm laughing. I'm almost crying here. I think it's hilarious. Athena's almost had that belt she's had the belt the entire time of Ring of Honor. She's been the Ring of Honor champion the entire time.
For a minute since she got there.
On the Ring of Honor reboot, yeah, because I think the original one was what's her face? Mercedes was the champ first, remember? She beat Mercedes for the belt.
Really?
Didn't she?
I thought they had a tournament. And she won it.
On the tournament, maybe on the reboot then. Okay.
I'm thinking
I could have sworn I thought what's his face was the champ first, and then they took it off of her and they bounced it off or they bounced it around because the Ring of Honor belt. Emma had time for
Yo,
that.
I'm just shocked she went to ROH though. I'm like, what?
Yeah, but like I said though, from what I've heard, what
And
all
now
this
she's
discussion
talk-
on it I've heard has been
like
it's just
the-
Tony
I guess
Khan
her
is like,
W-
yo, you're gonna be my flagship.
Her W.
I'm gonna try to build the
you're
show
right,
around
you're
her.
right,
Mercedes
you're right,
Mercedes defeated Perazo. That's right.
You're right.
Perazo's only appearance on AEW TV. That's
You're
right.
You're right.
On an episode of Dynamite randomly. And that final battle, Athena beat Mercedes.
You're right,
Yeah.
bro.
So for TV, Athena's been the champion since December of last year. Ronda is winning
about
that
to
title.
lose that, bro.
And
Ronda's winning that title.
for all intents and purposes, Athena, the basement, the fickle mistress, has been in love with Athena's run. Athena's what
God.
a heel, all the work, all the blah 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 blah.
That fickle mistress. Okay. Whatever. So
Fickle mistress.
let me read this article. Another quick one.
What?
I'm gonna keep this up because this picture's
Ronda,
hilarious
like,
to me.
Go
Ronda
sit
Rousey
down.
debut announced for Ring of Honor TV. This is by Ian Carey 6 hours ago. Rousey and Marina Shafir versus Athena and Billy Starks will air on Thursday's show. Ronda Rousey's Ring of Honor debut will air on Honor Club this week. Rousey made a surprise appearance at AEW's show from the Kia Forum in Inglewood, California on Friday, November 17th. She teamed with her longtime training partner Marina Shafir against Athena and Billy Starks in a tag match taped for ROH TV. ROH announced today that the match will air on the Thursday, November 23rd episode. Rousey and Shafir also wrestled Athena and Starks on Wrestle Ring Revolver's Los Angeles debut on Thursday, November 16th. That's the thing that got the internet buzz, right?
Yes, had to be, right?
Redfern?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The match ended in a no contest after Athena hit Rousey with the ROH Women's World title belt. Rousey made a surprise appearance at the Lucha Vavoom show on October 26th as well. Along with Shafir,
bro.
she defeated Taya Valkyrie and Byron Kendrick on the show. So, Vern, if you're wondering about that lineup for tonight, Ronda Rousey and Marina Shafir will take on Athena and Billy Starks. Willie Mack.
My man, Willie Mack.
Willie Mack. I'm going to watch this. You want to know why I'm going to watch this, Vern?
My man, Willie Mack.
Because my man, Block the Hate, Fred Rosser, is in a 4-man with Jack Cartwheel, Lee Johnson, and Willie Mack. Block the Hate, Vern. Block the Hate. Ethan Page takes on Tony Nese. Diamante and Trisha Dora and Kiera Hogan and Thicker Than a Pillow, Willow Nightingale will be on that 4-way match. ROH Pure Champion Katsuyori Shibata will defend the title against Trent Beretta. And the Workhorsemen will take on the Iron Savages, the Infantry, and the West Coast Wrecking Crew in a 4-way tag team match. So not only will you get a 4-way singles males match, you will also get a 4-way singles females match, and you will also get a 4-way tag team match if you love 4-ways so much, Vern. Ring of Honor tonight. Don't miss it. Moving on. Anything you want to say? Anything else?
I really find it interesting that Tony has just
phoned it in.
No.
Phony Con? I mean, wow, I didn't say that.
Like,
I didn't say that.
Yo, is your man really just gonna buy up every New Japan free agent?
Yes.
Yes.
Like,
next question.
Every single New Japan guy that like even remotely, the fact that he signed Kota Ibushi in 2023.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's
it's like finding out today. Yo, it's like legit the Jets signing Drew Bledsoe. Right. The Jets signed Drew Bledsoe to a contract today.
Yes.
It's like, wait, what? Hadn't he retired like 5 years ago? It's not the same Kota.
I'm sorry. Kota is burnt. Kota is spent.
Dude,
what is
think about the amount of matches that man did in Japan alone, bro?
Yeah.
But have you seen him, Del?
Now, yes. Yeah, he's like,
bro,
like you
he
said,
looks like a Bendham
Let's
figure.
Get him up. Let's get him up.
Yeah,
he looks like his body looks like Stretch Armstrong.
Bro, that's all that is, dude. Come
on.
Man.
So this was the Kota we thought we would see in the WWE.
We were like, yo, we thought he was coming back. He was going to be signed.
This is the Kota we thought we were going to see in the WWE. This guy.
No.
Yeah. We thought we were going to get this guy.
No.
We got this guy at AEW. This is the Kota at AEW.
It just looks like he doesn't even care anymore. Bro.
This is the Kota everybody thought they were getting.
Nah.
And this is the Kota you got. Like, this is the Kota right here. Fam. You thought you were getting? This guy that did all the flips in the world.
Lordy.
I think did he get hurt or something?
He was out for a very long time.
That's why he looks like that.
He was out for a
Because he
very
got
long
neck
time.
bumped.
That's why. Okay, yes, his neck. That's right. You guys told me.
I
About
mean,
that.
dude, he was
terrible now.
Yeah, he looks awful now.
Looks bad now, bro. And he's older now. So
yes.
well, you know, once you coming back from an injury,
Oof.
it's not gonna be easy to get back to what you used to look
right
like.
because he looked like this. He looked like this at one point.
Yeah.
Vern, DSP.
Come on, bro.
This is what you got.
He was on the gas hard body, and then now it's like he just quit.
Dude, it's kind of hard to get back on that.
Like he's still eating.
Getting
like
back
he's on the gas.
cycle. Yes.
So what about
getting back on the cycle, then dealing with the syringes or however you ingest the pills or whatever you do.
even this Coda?
That's the coda I thought we were getting.
I mean, he still had the abs here. He was a little heavier.
I thought we were getting that coda.
Man,
Axe Bravo. I was like, oh, he signed it.
this guy worked the Cruiserweight Classic and nothing else for the E, bro.
That's it. That's all he ever did, bro. And bounced.
Thanks, William. Thanks, William Regal.
Hey,
We appreciate it.
yeah, man. You got some talent. over there.
Insane. But yeah,
That's wild.
wild to think.
Ota Ibushi.
Where we at now? All right, one more for DSP, and we're gonna let him off the hook.
All right, where we at with it?
We're gonna talk about WWE furthering their imprint in the sports universe realm. WWE has, all right, before we go into this one, WWE already has belts for every NFL team except the Jacksonville Jaguars. Because you know
why?
AEW.
Yeah.
AEW.
Yeah.
So apparently that was their decision too.
Yeah, it was Jacksonville's decision.
Yes.
Yeah,
They're not playing.
WWE because they did have it in the promo.
Yeah,
pictures,
they were like, we
there's
don't want that.
pictures of the logo and the belt.
Yeah.
And then apparently that they themselves pulled and said
They
no. you
pulled
can't
out,
do
said
that.
no.
We can make our own.
Right. So they've been doing big on that. As you know, champions usually, and like NFL champions, they get the title belt. They got the title belt all the time now. Nowadays, you see it all the time.
Yep.
College football players make big hits on defense. They get a turnover. They got a championship belt on the sideline.
Yep.
The Big 12 conference
Mm-hmm.
fully embraced the idea
Mm-hmm.
and has now paired with the WWE and will, I think, starting next year, I'll read the article, will hand out a championship title to the championship game MVP of their conference championship.
That's tough.
So I'm going to read the article.
That's tough.
This is an ESPN article written by Adam Rittenberg.
I like that.
Last week, November 16th. He writes, Big 12 WWE pairing hands. Big 12 WWE pairing hands title belt to conference championship MVP.
That's tough.
That's a very weird sounding article.
Headline.
No?
Yeah.
That headline was just odd.
Clunky wording.
WWE and the Big 12 has formed a new partnership around the Big 12 championship game that will include a custom-made championship title belt going to the game's most outstanding player.
That's tough.
The new pact will include blended Big 12 WWE logos on the field at wow.
Wow.
Product placement, baby.
Wow. I'm gonna start that over. You listening, Vern? Listen to this. The new pact will include blended Big 12 WWE logos on the field at AT&T Stadium, a new Big 12 merchandise line,
bro.
and WWE superstars presenting the most outstanding player belt and participating in events around the title game
everywhere,
which takes place December 2nd. The partnership with WWE adds to the Big 12's push to modernize and connect with a younger audience. Hip-hop star Nelly will perform at halftime. It's this year. WWE is a global brand that connects with a wide array of audiences. Flywheel, Vern. Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark said in a statement, with this partnership, we will integrate WWE and its brand power into one of the conference's biggest moments, further strengthening the bridge between sports and entertainment throughout the Big 12. Yormark has spent much of his career working with the sports entertainment world, coming to the Big 12 from Jay-Z's Rock Nation, where he served as CEO and president of business operations and strategy. WWE has taken a more active role in college football in recent years. The promotion's name, image, and likeness program, Next in Line, has included football players and other college athletes and put some on track for professional wrestling careers. WWE also finalizes licensing agreements with all 14 SEC programs to create championship belts with each school's logo on the side plates. So there's a lot to unpack there. Let's start with the last thing they just said.
Bro.
They have the SEC, so they can do exactly what they did with the NFL for 14 teams in the SEC for them to sell. So boom, that's something. They also do NILs with college players because they can go, here's this NIL deal. Hey, by the way, you want to wrestle when you're done? You want to wrestle? Okay. Homeboy from the Big 12 is Jay-Z's former CEO.
Yep.
All right. He put it over. Again, this is another thing on the flywheel for TKO. Clearly.
Yes.
We're imprinting ourselves everywhere we can. So I'm gonna start with you, DSP.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you think about what I just read about the Big 12 and the WWE coming together and having some wild things be a part of the championship game coming up this year.
3 words. Wait. Might be 5 words. This is just the beginning.
5 words.
This is just.
It definitely wasn't 3.
This is just the beginning. So, because if this works out successfully, which is it's going to, because it's in the SEC, a huge.
Well, this is Big 12. This is Big 12.
I'm sorry, Big 12.
Still a Power 5 conference.
Huge conference.
Power 5 conference.
If you're talking about football, right? College football, and you're gonna have WWE and Big 12 mixed, whatever, merged logos all over the field. And God knows what type of commercials they're going to have playing during the games. And you know those kids are going to put that belt over.
It'll be the Rumble. They'll be advertising the Rumble because it's around January. It'll be in about a month.
Yeah, bowl season.
The Big 12 championship is going to be in December.
Yes.
So they'll probably boast the Rumble. Come see the Rumble.
Yep, they'll have them at the Rumble. The winners, dude, it's gonna go crazy.
It's funny. We were just talking about merch. Who runs merch for the WWE? Fanatics. Who runs merch for damn near all sports? Fanatics.
They're the ones that do the NIL sales for the athletes.
This is seamless, Vern. No? You're shaking your head because it's just like,
Vern was like,
we're taking over, right?
Yo,
we're taking over.
Remember, this is what I told y'all last time when we were talking about AEW, and I was like, why? The IWC keeps referring to this Vince's company. It's like, no, guys.
No, man, not anymore.
It stopped being Vince's company when the sale was final. This is now a media juggernaut.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they're doing things that Vince wasn't talking about. Vince dreamed it, but Vince never made that happen.
Yeah. He might have had ideas going his way, but
right. This is like
doing it. Like
this is like a Microsoft, a Sony, like a big major company now. It just so happens to it's just the product it gives you is sports. It's combat sports.
The thing is, it's more than professional wrestling now, right?
Yeah, the flywheel. Everything gets stuck on that flywheel.
Bro,
everything, man. Listen, Big 12. This is big. This is big. Huge, I will be watching the Big 12 championship game. More than likely, Oklahoma will be in it. I don't know if your Texas boys will be in it, Vern. They're struggling a little bit, but Oklahoma.
I mean, they started off strong this season, but they've fallen off since.
They're falling off since. So, listen, big college football is almost as big as professional football in our country,
especially in that region.
Yes, and Saturdays in the fall and the winter are all about football.
That's amazing, bro.
Big 12 and the WWE coming together. These guys are going to have logos. Their insignia on the field on AT&T Stadium, so it'll be on television for 3 hours at a time, right?
On
major television,
major and on a broadcast, right? On broadcast TV.
It'll be broadcast television because I think the Big 12 championship is either be Fox or CBS.
Yep.
Wow.
One or the other. I think CBS might be SEC, so it could be Fox or NBC.
Yeah,
think
Fox
about
one
that.
Or the other. Or ESPN, which is ABC.
Crazy.
Yes,
crazy.
The reach is ridiculous. This is why you can't compare them to anybody.
No.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how governments
we're talking about
debate whether they should bring them in.
Right.
Now they're doing deals with major sports. I call it the conference a sports company.
Yeah,
it's a major sports company because they bring in hella revenue through football. They do hella revenue through football. And this Big 12 conference, who has a lot of teams leaving, like Texas, I believe, is leaving.
Yeah.
Like I think Oklahoma is also going to the SEC next year. They're going to need this kind of leverage stuff to attract teams of higher power to come to their conference.
Come to the conference.
Correct.
So now you're giving them incentives like, okay, this here, this there. Here's a WWE sponsored thing. You get this championship belt when you're the MVP.
And you know, some of these kids are fans, bro.
Of course.
So when they see
course,
this,
they're
they're
kids.
gonna go crazy.
I gotta
kids.
imagine, right? The cross section's got to be somewhere here of like
Yes.
pro
Heck yeah.
wrestling,
Heck
college
yeah,
football. Like, there's
Don't
got to be a
forget-
cross section in there somewhere.
Don't forget Aaron Rodgers
Aaron
was
Rodgers
here.
used to,
Aaron Rodgers was here. This is a wrestling motion.
yeah,
You don't see this anywhere else. That's a wrestling motion.
bro. It's
How
gonna
many-
go crazy.
How many professional athletes you see at WWE shows in the crowd?
Forget just athletes, entertainers. Period.
Right, entertainers.
Yeah.
The mesh is there.
Yeah, it's gonna
Wrestling
it's gonna
is-
happen.
Not
Whoever-
wrestling.
whoever
WWE
came
is
up
very
with this,
mainstream. So,
Genius.
yeah, I mean,
Genius.
the-
I'm sorry.
the flywheel, man, is TKO, brother.
Someone's
Yeah.
getting that bag, bro.
Yes.
Anything else you guys want to add before we move
No,
on to the next
I
one?
just thought that was amazing. I had no idea that was a thing.
All right, so I think we've
That's
been
fire.
an hour. Big boss man.
Hey man,
Is
thank
it
you
time
guys.
for our evaluation? Did we do good this year?
You guys did great this year.
Are we-
man. Like I said, the
are we on
numbers
the
keep
good
going
list?
up. You see it.
Hey, man.
You see the subscribers.
Yep.
You see on the IG page.
Yep.
You know, people are tuning in, tapping in. So yeah, man, you guys keep up the good work, maintain the consistency,
Appreciate you.
and you know, might have to bring you guys down for a live show or something. You know what I
That'd
mean?
be fire.
Might have to do
That
a
would
live
be good.
show.
That
You know
would be
what I
tough.
mean? That'd be crazy.
That'd be tough. So,
Absolutely.
all right, anything else you want to say before you head on out? Or
Ronda Rousey, I don't know what you're doing. I miss you, Mercedes and Trinity. Get back to work. All right, let's stop playing around.
Monday. Monday.
Monday.
So
Monday.
I'm glad you said Trinity. So go ahead. All right, DSP. We're gonna clap it up for DSP.
Brother DSP.
Appreciate
Appreciate
y'all
the
for
big
real,
boss,
man. Thanks for
man.
having me, man. For real.
All right, appreciate it,
Thank
brother.
you
All
for
right,
letting us
I'm gonna
record,
set up
brother.
the green screen while we still talk, Vern. 'Cause,
All right,
you know,
man.
the podcast listener is still listening. Just give me a second. I'm gonna back this on up. So, you know how we had to catch up with Impact because we hadn't on the last show, so we had about a month's worth of Impact Wrestling to catch up on.
Or so we thought.
Right, yeah. Also, we thought once we started getting into it, I made DSP. I forced him to watch the last episode with me on the way back from New York today when I picked him
Okay.
up.
Okay. Okay. What do you
Just
think?
in the background, DSP? You don't have to come up to the microphone again.
Right.
What did you think of that episode that you watched?
I wasn't impressed. A lot of the matches were very bland, like no excitement. The storytelling was not even there to me. When I was watching, I was like, okay, what's the purpose of this? Some of the psychology in the matches were like, what are you doing? You know,
Yeah.
what match was it with that big dinosaur looking dude? He took a cutter outside the ring, sold it for like 2 seconds, came back in. I think he caught a cutter. Then he DDT'd the guy that cuttered him, and then he won the match. And I'm like, what?
He's talking about Black Tarus.
Yes. there we go.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
this
So
first,
that's how I felt.
thank you, DSP, for that assessment. That's very accurate. So this first hour has been very fun, Vern, but unfortunately, we're gonna have to start talking about Impact Wrestling.
Oh, it's fine.
You
You got to change your background.
I thought I did. Oh, a pay window. Yeah, I thought I did. Hold on. And boom. There we, I just clicked the wrong one. That's what it was. All right.
Okay.
So, Vern,
Sir?
how do you want to do this? Because technically we had 5 articles of media to watch for Impact. There was 4 episodes of television, which actually turned into only 2,
Correct.
kind of. And then we had Impact Wrestling's Turning Point. You watched Turning Point? Okay.
Unfortunately.
The first 2 episodes after Bound for Glory, the first one was a recap show. It was pointless. So we can just skip that, right? The next one was the UK tour. They just played videos from obviously the UK tour.
Recap shows. Like, I wish they would have said, hi, we're going to do recap shows. Because, not knowing, turning it on, I was like, what is
this nonsense? Right.
And then when I saw the pay-per-view, which I told you that I discovered that's what 96 ECW was just recaps of the big shows. And it's like,
Yep.
So what am I? I'm watching every week just to see promos. I'm not watching.
Right. You're not seeing
wrestling.
anything new. You're not seeing anything
Yeah.
new. Right. So, So we had those last 2 episodes. The first 2 episodes after Bound for Glory. So I kind of skimmed through those quick because it was just pointless because I'd already seen everything. The UK tour episode was okay. I think there was like a Joe Hendry segment. You know how much I love me some Joe Hendry.
Sure.
And I believe I'm trying to remember. I think Moose had a match on that show too I think I was actually entertained by. I can't even remember at this point now. But Turning Point. I liked Turning Point. I don't know about you. What did you think about Turning Point?
Turning Point had its moments for me.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna get the results.
Turning Point is
We're not
like
gonna go dive deep, but
Turning Point is it's kind of like what that what was it? Full Gear.
Sure.
In so much as like a lot of it, I can't pretend that I even wanted to pay attention a lot of it because a lot of Impact is so see-through that it drives me crazy sometimes, right? Like a lot of Impact sometimes is just so like right? Like as often as I complain to you, when wrestling looks overly choreographed, it looks overly stagey, overly I'm Tasha Steelz, Deonna Purrazzo, and their match they had on TV in
the last
3.
episode. It was the last episode, I thought.
Was it? Where
because
Tasha beat her and Tasha was just sitting there in the corner after the cutter and she was sitting there doing the Randy Orton, right? Like,
yeah. As if she was selling her arm the whole time. Saying like, what are you doing to my arm? Yeah.
Working over her arm, but then for that, she just laid there and then gave her the second cutter and 2 cutters. So there's a lot going on there.
Yep.
The multiple finish thing. Now that you have to hit your finish multiple times. But also waiting to hit the move. I've never realized how much people do that now.
Is it a pet peeve of yours now?
I don't know if it's a pet peeve, but it's like the remember when I told you, yo, Franny, everyone's coming out to wrestling ballads. For some reason, everyone's coming out to rock ballads. Everyone's coming out to songs that you have to sing. You just can't have music. It has to be something that
it has to be something that people can sing along to.
Everyone's or clap along to, which I get it, but it's like everybody, every show, every wrestler on the card has a wrestling ballad a rock ballad for their song.
So go ahead.
No, it's just and so I realize that now guys waiting to hit a move. It can be a guy's debut match.
Can I tell you? Yeah, and he's setting them up right. Can I tell you something?
Tell me.
I think that is the fault of the WWE style. Because what is the WWE style? It programs you, right?
Yeah.
It programs you so you know when you see things coming. How many finishes or guys finishing moves in the WWE deal with waiting for the guy to get in that position? The majority of most wrestlers in the WWE do that.
Whatever happened to kick a guy in the gut? Like kick a guy in the gut to get him to sell into the move
out of nowhere, right?
To dummy into it
now,
or something.
But that started to get overused, especially with in the Austin era.
Yes,
Triple H was doing it. Everybody was setting up people that way. That would have boot to the gut or something.
Yeah.
Power bomb or whatever. It didn't matter. Now it starts to be that I think the WWE style has now programmed the wrestler to be like, well, I got to set him up. Dude, you played WWE 2K23. If I don't know, give me a modern wrestler. If I'm Roman Reigns and I want to spear you, I'll bump you down in the middle of the ring. I've got to walk to the corner. I hold R trigger and A, and I sit in the corner. Ooh, and the sequence runs through for the spear. It's a setup because it's a program. No. It programs you to be ready for the finish.
But I get it. But I get it for television wrestling, and I understand it has its place for the Fed when we're watching Fed wrestling. Okay?
Sure.
I was watching Daiku Kaiju debut show from Woonsocket or something the other day.
Sure,
okay?
Sure. You're watching IWTV.
Yes.
Yeah. This thing.
It was a crowd of like maybe 60, 70 people.
Sure.
Okay.
Good house.
I'm not poo-pooing. I'm not
Good
poo-pooing
house.
on it. Okay. It's a
Hey,
good house.
it's a good house.
Hey, okay. Why was there guys on that show from the opening card? There's people who are doing the same thing. They're waiting to hit the move. And I was like, what are we doing? You're not. I understand what you're saying for television wrestling.
Yeah,
that makes
sure.
100% sense for
what I'm
for
saying. Yeah,
Vince
that was
and
the
their
reason
crowd.
why. I think that's the reason why.
But where have we gone so far that now you're on an indie show and guys got taunts to go into a move? It's time for go this. And I was like, what is happening? You're the opening match. You're the opening card. What is happening?
Yeah, slow down.
And they're like, this guy's debuting. Ha, ha, ha. And I'm
you
like,
know my stuff already,
what?
right, guys? Like, wait.
But
no,
he was waiting, and then afterwards he did a karate kick. But I'm like, just kick it. Kick him. Jesus. Why are you waiting for him to dummy around? Just kick him.
Right.
But it's all that long conversation.
Big tangent because we're talking about Impact.
But because Impact,
they all do it.
Every other match, guy waits.
Everybody does that, Vern.
Everyone's in the corner. Everyone sits in the corner.
I'm a culprit of it too.
Sits in the bottom turnbuckle and they're bouncing. They're all doing the Austin.
So Shay and I, what our version of it was, we circled you. We circled you before you started dummying your way up.
But you know what? I've seen people circle you in a fight. Circling people in a fight. I've seen people circle people in a fight because it's a thing you do in a fight because you're looking for an opening. No.
Oh, sorry. This dude, our dog's reverse sneezing, and the uncle is panicking like he doesn't know what to do. You hear that, right? You hear him reverse sneezing.
Happens to Abby all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. You just rub him. You gotta rub him. Calm him down. That's it. He's laying on him, and you heard him doing that. He's looking at me, and he's all freaked out. It's like, yo, just rub him. Just rub him. It'll be all right. Sorry about it. Go ahead.
No. That's sometimes too. Going. If like someone showed me one time, if you like plug their noses because it forces them to open up their mouths. Because part of it is that they don't open their mouths. They have their mouths closed, and that's what
do the nose deal, Del. Cover his nose.
Yeah, because that's what I do sometimes to Abby. Because Abby is just straight up refuses.
Yeah.
And it'll force him to open up his mouth and breathe through his mouth, and he'll stop doing it.
Sneezing. He's sneezing. Yeah. DSP's over there. Big boss man's going to work. All right. Let's get back to work now.
Yeah, no, so it's brother, every match, somebody was waiting to hit a move. Somebody was like,
just sizing up. It's the size up. It's the size up.
The tag match in the ABC.
One of those weeks, right? Yeah, I know you're talking about.
That their finish.
That was Bound for Glory.
Their finish is that the guy flips them off to do a
for
cutter.
One move. Yep, and then another move, 1 and 2 together. Yeah.
That thing was just them waiting to hit. I was just like, what are you waiting for to just do the darn move?
Yep. It bees like that.
Impact had a lot of workers that just wait to hit a move.
Right.
I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Like,
well, let's talk about the actual wrestling. Impact
like
wrestling.
Just kept driving me crazy. Impact has a lot of hard-working people. The talent work their butt off.
Yeah, I was gonna say about Turning Point, because really all I really wanted to talk about was Turning Point. Okay. Episodically, I was not impressed. And I was watching it and I was paying attention because I was driving. You know, I shouldn't be watching and driving, but I was driving. You know, don't follow my rules, kids. Rocky, if you ever listen to this, don't do what your daddy does. He's a bad influence. All right. But I had it on because I was like, you know what? I got 3.5 hours. Let me put on what I've missed so far to see if I missed anything. Turning Point was the only thing I really paid attention to. And it was once, to be honest, Rich Swann and Trey Miguel worked. When they worked each other, I started paying attention to the show because Swann and Miguel worked the traditional X Division match. They just did their X Division stuff out there, and I was like, okay. It was all right for what it was. Rich Swann, as a character, ain't it. Whatever he's doing, the dancing and all that, it ain't it. It's not it.
Honest to God, to this day, I still don't know what his gimmick is.
Yeah, I don't know. Him just going out there dancing, it's like, okay, I shuck and jive.
Do you remember when he was the champ? He was the Impact champ for a minute?
Do you remember when he was the cruiserweight champion in WWE?
Oh yeah, wow.
He was a cruiserweight champion too until he allegedly hit his woman, and then they let him go.
Yeah.
But him and Trey Miguel had a good one. I liked whoever this Danny Luna girl is. You seen Danny Luna?
Yes.
I like Danny Luna. Danny Luna and Jordan Grace, I thought, had a very physical match for the 9 minutes they worked. I thought they went longer than that, but I thought they had a good match for Turning Point. What did you think of Hendry and Simon Miller?
So I had no expectations for this match.
Yep, same.
I didn't hate it.
Me neither.
So I gotta say, Simon Miller, I was just like the meme guy, Simon Miller, like the former vaudevillain. He's one of those vaudevillains, right?
No, that's the guy who's on commentary.
Oh,
Simon Miller's What Culture. He's the guy from What Culture.
Oh, okay. As I knew the name, but I'm like, who's this guy's familiar?
Yeah, he's the guy from What Culture. I treated it as a low budget Wish app Logan Paul coming to wrestle. Like Simon Miller is an athletic guy who's a YouTuber who's coming to wrestle.
Okay, so I was gonna say because he looked good. He had a great look. I was actually shocked. Like he had a great look. Like he actually lifts weights and took it seriously. His movements were spastic. His arms were kind of like all over the place.
Yeah, you can tell he's green as goose. You know what? Goose poop.
Yeah. But you know what? But like I said, I didn't hate Turning Point. But Turning Point didn't blow me away.
Will any Impact pay-per-view blow you away, Vern?
But
stop.
But again, I think Impact, the talent works hard, and it's just sometimes it's weird because sometimes you feel like, all right, this is really good, but then it's
wrestling.
The wrestling is really good, but the angles are bizarre.
Okay. I said I didn't care about the episodic stuff. The Moose promo.
Which
one? Moose promo. When he was talking to, I think, Brian Myers, and he said, how's that for loyalty? That promo. Tell me you remember that promo. It sucked. I was so bored. Do you think Impact has writers who hand them scripts? Yes. I believe so. So someone wrote that for him? I don't think they write it like out completely, bullet points, but I think so. Bro, if we got notes at an independent show, I've got at 2 different independent companies, one in North Carolina, one out here in Massachusetts. They handed me a script. Oh, wow. For promos to cut. Handed me a script. One was the script of the entire show. The other one was the script to cut a promo for. That I just bullet pointed it. But if they're doing it, Impact's doing it, bro. For sure. But their promos are boring. The one with Kylan King and Bully Ray and Jordan Grace and Steve Macklin, boring. Boring promo. But I saw where they set it up. They set it up at the Rumble. That was the Final Four. So I was like, okay, they set up that Final Four. You're setting up a promo for the match that you're going to have them wrestle in the following week. But then the promo sucked. And it's like, why do I care now? That's the problem. But then they get in the ring and they work hard and they do good. And I'm like, okay, this is why I watch pay-per-view to pay-per-view. Because why am I going to kill myself for 2 hours every Thursday when I could just show up on Sunday or Saturday or Friday for 3 hours and enjoy myself? I'm not missing anything. Y'all are going to fill me in 3 minutes anyway. Like, why bother? And it's. I think we said the same thing last year, Vern. Mm-hmm. So nothing has changed besides the people that are in places. Dreamer's the digital media champ instead of Joe Hendry, right? Shelly's the champ, not Walking Weapon. Yeah. Right? That's all it is. Even though Walking Weapon has been working his tail off. He's a champ again. Didn't he just beat? No. He worked Shelly, no? On that Impact? I thought Shelly's still champ. No. Shelly fought Octopus. That was Gresham. Shelly fought Gresham. They're going to work each other. Him and Gresham worked on the 3rd episode. Oh, it was Osprey and Eddie Edwards. I thought it was Osprey and Alexander. At the pay-per-view? The November 16th Impact. No. Okay, it was Osprey Alexander at the Impact. At the Impact on TV was Alexander. At the pay-per-view was Eddie Edwards. Was Eddie. They had a good one too as well. Yeah, I like the finish. I like the finish of the Moose and Myers tag match. How Kazarian was going for the chicken wing and Myers was fighting away, powdered through the ropes. He ate the ate the ropes on the throat, dummy turned right into the spear. I said, oh, I was like, that's a good dirty finish, a quick little dirty finish to get some heat for your guys. But again, the in-ring stuff, I don't mind.
No.
But then you do that promo with them, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't care now. I don't care about whatever the hell you got to say. Just wrestle. Just go out there and wrestle, because that's all that matters.
Is Impact like bizarro AEW, where Impact has the work you want to see, but the promos and everything else is head scratching? AEW gives you a couple of good promos, some good stuff.
Yeah.
But the work sometimes just makes you go, what is this awfulness?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
So
I couldn't tell you. All in all, I'm good. I'm good on talking about Impact for this week.
Yeah.
I think we go another two shows and talk about it another month later. I think that's what we do. Because the episodic stuff we don't have to cover it every show.
Can't tell you that. Like I told you about ECW, episodically, I really thought I used to love hardcore TV. I've watched 3 months worth of hardcore TV.
And it pissed you off.
No, I just found myself skipping a lot of stuff because I'm like I told you, it's his recap and
recaps.
You skip
maybe
stuff
a match
to get to
here.
the promo. Skip promo. Skip promo. And then after a while, I was just like, okay, I'm just watching promos.
I'm just watching promos for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
And they weren't good enough to be like, it justifies me sitting here for an hour's worth of my time to watch a recap of the pay-per-view, maybe a match that was from a house show, recap on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's kind of whack.
All right. Trinity, the Trinity Deonna Purrazzo Gail Kim special referee match.
What about it?
How'd you feel about this match?
I like my girl Deonna Purrazzo. She's bae. I didn't mind the match. I didn't like her submitting again.
Slow. I feel like for some reason Trinity is like works at half speed or something.
Yes, something is up with Trinity.
Like
I don't know if it's because the ring's smaller.
Okay,
that she's used to. Because remember, she trained at the E.
Like when she runs, do you feel like her gait is smaller or something? Like I don't know why I feel like she runs at half speed, and then when she does stuff, it always feels like she like pause steps and then does a move. Like stop.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Something
okay,
about
but
Trinity.
I'm not crazy. You notice it too. Like she's like off a step or something.
I also mentioned to you the E dust is real. The thing we always talk about.
Oh,
you go to the E, you get that sprinkle of the E dust.
She had on her Union Jack gear, whatever, her British gear.
Can I tell you why that looks weird? Because only in America do we boast the flag. No other country boasts their flag like that, but America, right? Only Americans put the American flag on articles of clothing like that
to get a pop, to get
a pop. Correct. So to do it in the UK, it looks weird. I think Bulldog did it, but it's Bulldog. It's his country.
But it was also his gear that he wore all the time. It
Correct.
wasn't him.
And but it's also his country.
Yeah.
It'd be like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something else, but it'd be like, I can't even think of anything right now. Anything else. Anything else at this point. Yeah. But I saw her come out and then she had it in the hair and I was just like, oh.
It felt like she was trying crazy hard, right? Like, I need to get babyface love.
I get it. We know you're a babyface. She could have just wore blue, red, and white, and it would have been enough. Just her color scheme.
She could have cosplayed as a Spice Girl. People would have loved it.
She did cosplay as a Spice Girl with that fit on. That's probably the only girls I've seen with the Union Jack fit on is Spice Girls.
Got you.
Right?
But the match was, I just thought that match felt slow. Like I felt that match in particular felt like they were in molasses, just slow.
There were some spots that I watched in there that were okay, but overall, I don't know. It felt off. It did feel off. I agree.
What'd you think of Gail Kim? How'd you think Gail Kim looked out there?
She's the ref. She did a decent job, I guess.
Do you think it's interesting to see Gail Kim in 2023 just being a special guest referee?
No, I didn't care. I didn't care.
Why bring her? Did she
why bring
in the ratings?
Ratings. Stop. Who cares about ratings?
Then
if a tree falls in the woods and nobody's around to hear it,
that is the impact. That is the impact question. If you wrestle a banger in the woods and there's no one around to watch it, it's still a banger.
Did you wrestle? Did you actually wrestle?
Or did you actually wrestle?
I'm good on Impact.
And then the main event.
We'll see them in a month, right? Oh, the main
Yeah.
event. Yeah.
Well, last one. Then last chat. Then before we close out. Actually, last two matches I want to get your opinion on. Will Ospreay, Eddie Edwards. Oh, you said it was a goodie. What did you think of Will Ospreay and Josh Alexander for television?
I have to watch it back because that's when we were on the way home.
Okay.
And I really wasn't paying attention to it. I have to watch it back. So that's what we'll start off.
We'll pick it up.
In a month
pick
from
it up.
now.
Conversation a month from
for
now.
sure.
Fair enough.
For sure. Okay. We're at Full Gear, Vern. So before we start, how much of Full Gear did you actually watch?
I saw.
Because I'm comfortable with only talking about a few things of Full Gear. I don't have the video up. I mean, I don't have event pictures up. I'm not going to bother because you don't really watch AEW.
I don't, yeah.
And I don't really watch it either anymore. But I watch the pay-per-views enough to where we can try and talk about it.
So I saw everything up to I saw the beginning of the show up until the three-way ladder match. Then I tried to watch a three-way ladder match. And then I did this.
Ladder match.
The four-way ladder match, was it? The tag team ladder match with the that Ricky Starks and Big Bill won.
Oh Jesus, I don't even remember that one.
Okay,
yeah.
So I got as far as there.
Talking about the girls, Sky Blue.
Okay, so I skipped that. I got to Sky Blue and them. I skipped that. I got to the end of that. I saw that what's her face won, and then I went straight to the tag match, to the Hangman match, and then I was it. I was done. I didn't bother. Okay. I didn't see the main event. I didn't see none of that stuff.
Full Gear pay-per-view in all to me wasn't that great. I'll give AEW credit. I'll give AEW a golf clap for having a overall thread throughout the entire show. I will give them a golf clap for that. They started with the MJ. I'm talking about the MJF story. It was a thread throughout the entire show. Although I thought it was something they should have did on television, that seemed like something that could have happened and been resolved on one episode of Dynamite to make your baby face look really good. But they did it on pay-per-view. But Vern,
I know. But
I didn't say it was good.
I know, but for pay-per-view, but I told you this, for pay-per-view, it felt like a bait and switch. Why would you convince the crowd they're not going to see the main event for the pay-per-view?
Right.
I'm not saying it was a bad idea, but I just don't think the pay-per-view was the place to use the angle.
But they actually used a thread throughout the show, Vern. You got to give them credit for that.
They've been doing that on Collision. MJF has been doing that weekly now.
I understand that, but the fact that they were able to do it successfully enough throughout an entire show and get to the end without a hitch. They got to the end. They got there. How it got executed? Sure, but they got there. They made a thread. Vern, you got to give them something, bro. Something.
Sure.
Okay? And it was such a beautiful thing. It made this man real pouty. Okay? I got a little audio for that later, so if you want to take a good listen again, I've never heard it in its entirety. We're gonna have 5 minutes of audio for that. I just want to make sure you're ready. If you have to pee at that time, that's when you'll pee.
Okay.
Hangman, Adam Page, Swerve Strickland. Talk to me about your thoughts on that match. We had a very heated discussion.
We had a very heated discussion about this because I saw a clip of this match. You and I even began before we were in the green room. We started talking about this. So it was a physical match. It was a spectacle of a match. It was a spectacle because two guys physically beat on each other and cut each other, etc. I think Swerve has a future in choreography. I think Swerve has a future doing made-for-TV movies, being like gangster number 3.
Now you're just being facetious.
No. I'm not. Did you see the video I sent you where Homie did a fight scene with the dude from Black Panther?
No.
Okay, so that's a real little video. Okay. And they put on a match. They put on a quote-unquote little fight scene that looked like something he would have done on AEW.
Okay.
Complete with his finishing kick to the head, arm drags, the whole 9.
Yep. Okay. Fight choreographer, you calling him?
Yes.
Man.
So I got it. I got the story. I saw the recap package. The part where he went to Adam Page's baby's crib and threw a t-shirt on top of the baby. If we're supposed to believe it was a baby, a real baby there, he threw a t-shirt on top of the baby to suffocate it. And then at one point, the baby never coos, never makes a single noise, but he just sits there over the baby. Like, there was so many hokiness about the shot.
Hey, they got there.
But to get to this, all right, I like the way they started it. Hangman came running down like a house of fire after everything he did to his baby and all that. Cool. But like, they gave Swerve this dope entrance with the music, the video, everything, the dance, right? That's what's up. I was digging it.
You was digging the dancers, huh?
Right? But I was until I thought, but the homie stood over your baby, right? The homie was in the crib, over the crib.
Right.
And you're telling me you waited for him to do his entrance and get the fun entrance and do all that and take off his coat and pose with the crowd and do whose house, Swerve's house, to have you run out?
Yeah.
That's all. Like, that was one match, Franny. If they would have started with them brawling, being like, oh my, like, we're getting news from the back that a fight has broken out, that security could not contain this, that we've had to separate them throughout the day.
Right.
Because the energy of the homie was over the crib of your child and you let him have his entrance. Like, it just, I got it. Like I told you, like, I get it, the story they're trying to tell.
Yeah.
But like, the first 20 minutes of the match, Adam Page, when he tapes his wrist, staples him. The way he bloodied Swerve was like, who's the baby face? You bloodied the heel to have the heel make a comeback?
Man, listen.
What do you mean? Spitting the blood, all that craziness.
It was
Staple
awesome.
Gunning him.
Dude, it was awesome. And you know it was. It was
the
awesome, Vern.
The staple gun thing.
Sure. How did he think? What did he think about it?
Oh, I haven't heard.
I'm sure he hated it
yet.
I'm sure Cornette hated every bit of it.
Who knows? But again, they did their thing, but the finish. You hit him with a cinder block.
Oh, and then choked him. Yeah. I like the visual of the finish. I like the visual of this finish.
Franny, I feel like this was an art piece. This was a visual art piece. We got to see two guys put on a living modern art.
Vern. We make movies. What's wrong with
Dusty Rhodes said that. Yes.
What's wrong with you?
Major motion pictures and TV sitcoms, baby.
We make movies. Oh, what did I just do there? There we go. Dude, this was a very good. I said, when I was watching, I said, I wish he held it longer. Just a little longer for the visual and have him just plop down immediately when you finally let go of the chain and just have him just dead for those 10 seconds. When he
got to 9, he was still doing this.
He was still moving. Yep, he shouldn't have. You just got choked out by a chain. Don't move. You won't lose anything.
Wait. You just got choked out by a chain. What happened to him before he got choked by the chain?
He got obliterated by a cinder block. Yo, the cinder block should have been it, no cap. In all honesty, but if you want to,
he got hit in the back of the head with a cinder block
after he bumps Nana. Bang, back of the head. Yeah, I remember.
And he got up. He got up at 9. Then he decides, I'm going to choke you with a chain.
I didn't say it was flawless. I just said I enjoyed the match.
The match in and of itself, self-contained, was a spectacle in the sense that these two, they mutilated their bodies.
They gave you what you should expect in a
match. Like I said to you off air, if you apply the logic of the staple gunning yourself spot, it doesn't work. Because if you pick up the knife and you went, suck, come on, you want a piece of me? You would go, yeah, no, just keep. How tough are you? Show me again how tough you are. Just a few more times. Just gig yourself a couple of more times in the chest.
All right. Besides that,
because it's not a movie. I know, but it's not a movie. It's pro wrestling.
No,
but I also understand what you're like. You know what? PWG loving Vern from 2009 would have been salivating at that was the greatest spot of the match, was him going and then him going rah with the blood and all that.
Yes, I bet.
But 2023 me looked at that and went,
grown man Vern.
You can't apply this logic to anything else. This logic, like when Prof argued with me and said Mick Foley, right? But
that was a good example.
But it's not, because Mick Foley was a deranged psycho. when Mick Foley was going, hey, wailing on himself and giving himself shiners, right? Pulling out his hair.
Yeah.
It all fit him. Swerve?
Because it was the character.
Because Swerve invaded the big. Okay, I know Swerve's a gangster.
But you can't have that moment of insanity. You can't have a moment of insanity where you do something wild like that.
Give me another example that you could relate staple gunning yourself. What's something else that you give me anything else that you could do to yourself that you could be like, okay, it's like the same thing that you would do to me to demonstrate you're tough. Because if you told me punching yourself in the face, if you wailed yourself in the face 3 solid times, right? Wham! 3 full-fledged swings. I would 100% go, yo, there's something wrong with this dude. Right? But
it's the equivalent of like slamming your head in a wall or something, or like into a locker. Like, come on, you want a piece of me? Something like that.
But you know what? Yeah. I would have taken bang, bang, bang. Come on. I would have taken that. Makes sense to me. But staple gunning yourself doesn't compute.
It's because, like, why would you do that to yourself?
But you know what? You got it. A football helmet. Okay, that all makes sense to me.
Can I tell you something?
Please.
I don't want nobody else to hear this. I once stapled my own finger.
On purpose?
On purpose.
Why?
Messing with a stapler in class. Oh, crap. Pull the staple out. It happens. I didn't sell it. I didn't sell it at all, actually. It really didn't hurt. It definitely went into my skin. I was bleeding. Oh, crap. So staple out. So I can relate. I can relate to Swerve.
Man. What's your reaction? Franny, what's your reaction?
To this match?
No. You're in a match. And I call the spot. All right, this is the spot. Right? You're gonna staple gun me. Boom, 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 boom. But I'm gonna do one spot. You're gonna dummy out. You're gonna bump down to the floor. I'm gonna be in ring, and I'm gonna just freaking show the people I'm a psycho. I'm gonna staple gun myself in the chest.
That's not called. I don't think that was called.
But even if I did it on the fly,
improv, I wouldn't even
improv. You wouldn't go to the back and go, yo, Vern. Let me just ask you a question. When you did this spot, what were you trying to? Yo, I was trying to show you I was crazy. You didn't think there was another way, Vern? You could have demonstrated that? You really thought staple gunning yourself was the only way you could have done that?
Works for me, Vern. I love it.
I'm just saying, what you said, now that you said it, I'm like, no, you're right. If he would have grabbed the turnbuckle pad, exposed turnbuckle, wham, that still would have been, I'd have like, okay, that you're trying to fire yourself up. That makes sense. Staple gunning yourself?
Can't rock with it. Hey, I'm not arguing with you no more. I said my piece. Can we talk about your boy?
Oh, I was going to say I didn't see the match, but I did see this. I did see this scrum.
I did not see this yet.
Oh, please hit play. I got to see your reaction to this.
I have not seen this yet.
Oh,
I only watched the first few minutes to make sure I had the right, not first minute, first few seconds to make sure I had the right clip. For the people at home who are listening on our audio, this is the media scrum after the show. MJF was the first guest to come on, and he is crying buckets of tears for about 5 minutes. So we are going to play it for the audio listener, and we're also going to play it for the YouTube viewer, but we're going to do it in our way where we're just seeing our faces and the audio's playing. So I've got to make sure I do that right. Let's do this here. Present, share screen. I go boom. But then I do it in a way where, bam, it just shows us, right? So boom, good to go. I will also leave this up the entire time while it's going, because that's a priceless picture of Pickles, a pickle in his hand, and he's bawling his little eyes out. Look at concerned Tony. Look how concerned Tony is. You see those eyebrows? Look at concerned Tony. Is Tony got a unibrow?
No, it's just his hair hangs down so far that you can't ever see his eyebrows.
I've almost got one. No shame in my game. But right there, it looks like he's got like a deep unibrow. Almost cartoon character-like unibrow. All right, so you ready for this?
Let's go.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it.
And now to kick it off, I'd like to bring in the AEW World Champion and the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champion,
I'm sorry. I mean, they told me I shouldn't do it, and they sat me in the doctor's office. I said, no fucking way. I'm not gloating after that fucking match, dude. I'm gonna be totally fucking transparent. My leg is fucked, and I had an opportunity there to fucking phone it in, and I would never fucking do that. Oh fuck. When I put him on that table, I had every intention of putting him through that motherfucker because he stole what was mine. He stole what was mine, and he had no fucking right because I busted my ass to make it to the top of this sport. And when that table broke, I had two fucking options. I could have thrown him in the ring like an absolute fucking nerd, or I could have fucking done what I set out to do, and I could have put on the show of the lifetime for the fans that I love. These tears are not fucking fake. My leg fucking hurts really bad, and I landed on it really hard off the top rope. But I fucking love wrestling so much, and I fucking love this belt so much, and I love my fucking best friend Adam Cole so much, and he helped me get through it. And I'm in a lot of fucking pain, but it's nothing a fucking pickle can't solve. It's nothing my fucking friend can't. Fuck. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. I promised myself I'd curse less this press conference. I'm just in a lot of pain. Jay White's a piece of shit, but I'm saying this right now. He's a great athlete. And he's an incredible professional wrestler. And Shane Strickland's an incredible professional wrestler. And Hangman Page is. And to have to follow a match like that, to have to follow that whole card was not easy. Oh, it's a fucking good pickle. I'm sorry. I'm like laughing and in pain at the same time. And just give me 2 seconds to gather my thoughts. I want you guys to know I love wrestling so much, and I love the fans so much, and we gave you guys so many different fucking versions of what professional wrestling can be. And well, some versions might not necessarily be my cup of tea. I respect the fuck out of every athlete in this company, and I think it's so fucking cool that this company is capable of giving the fans so many different fucking types of pro wrestling, and I couldn't be more fucking proud to be a part of that. As long as this motherfucker pays me a lot of money when it's January 1st. Adam, get the fuck in here, dude.
I'm not just letting you do your
No, man.
That was quite the speech.
Yeah, I'm fucking dying right now.
I'm going to be a buzzkill and have to stand off to the side.
It's okay, buddy. Your leg's just as fucked as mine, probably worse. Just 2 ROH tag team champions without functioning fucking legs. Sorry, I'm trying to get my shit together. I just want you guys to know when there is an option for guys in this company to phone it in, we don't do it. We don't do it. None of us do it. No matter how much our back's against the wall, no matter how much the crowd is seeing, we all give it 110%. And that's what makes this locker room and that's what makes this roster so great. Okay.
I'm sorry. I have to pause it here. Vern, can you just look at me the way Tony is looking at MJF in this photo right here? Let me just show you real quick. I need you to look at me sometimes the way Tony Khan looks at MJ. He is so smitten. Look at Tony. All right, there's about another 2 minutes. I'm going to mute again. I just wanted to point that out to you. All right, hold on before I get us in trouble. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
I'm going to take questions, and then I'm going to go back to Doc Sampson, and he's probably going to have to pop my fucking hip back into place. But it is what it is. Okay. Yes. I'm fucking calming down now. But for real, Kalen and Kalen Pickles, MJF, get them. Fuck.
I was going to say, take a breath, eat that pickle.
I am going to fucking eat that pickle.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I was hoping you were
Don't even pretend.
Oh, jeez.
Don't even pretend you're not allowed to take a bite.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Just one bite. Just one bite. Don't be like that. I put my body on the line for you. Yeah! All right, first question.
Hi, Joe Torres from Contralona, Puerto Rico.
Yes.
I just want to ask you, who you dedicate this?
Okay, I think we're done here. Unmute, sir. Wow. So what did you get from all that? What did you get from all that, Vern? Full Gear, by the way, that was from Full Gear.
What did I get from all that? MJF can emote on command. MJF is pandering so hard to the fans now. It's cringing. It made me cringe. That entire thing, I just sat there going, oh, the fans, I love you. It's MJF has become the baby face we don't need him to be. We don't need him to be the white meat, all-American apple pie baby face. The devil was everyone's devil because he was doing heelish things to the other heels. So that's what made him our baby face, because he was out healing the heels, yet doing it in the name of us. This MJF that just cried because my leg hurts. I didn't get grown.
He sounded like a child. He sounded like a child.
Yes. Like, that's just it. Is that this wasn't Michael Jordan after the flu game crying that his daddy died and hugging the trophy and just there's tears in his eyes and it's an iconic photo. No one makes fun of Michael Jordan for that picture. No one says, oh, no one does that. This though, instantly this became meme worthy.
Crying MJF face.
But you know what kills me, Frank, above everything, seriously? Is the fact that the second he starts, you can hear people laughing. And every time he's like, my leg hurts, people are giggling.
He said these tears are real.
The tears are real. The pickles are real too.
Can I make
people are laughing. I hated it.
Can I make an overall assessment on MJF?
Please.
MJF is the ideal narcissist for professional wrestling. Because narcissists are very good at making you like them very easily, right? Upon first impression.
Sure.
MJF has a way of, like you said, emoting on command, being able to bring out these emotions pretty much at the drop of a hat, that he can sway the crowd however he wants, which is a very good trait. That being that kind of narcissist in real life is not good. Being that kind of narcissist in professional wrestling is ideal.
But do you ever notice it that he just tries so hard? Like you can see it when he tries hard. Like when he's on a promo and the crowd he starts losing the crowd. It's usually when he starts screaming and he starts taking this and he starts spitting at it and he does that. And this just felt like the super babyface version of that. So he's not screaming and all that. He's literally crying.
Yeah, no, this right here, I think this was an L. Coming out there, bawling your eyes out.
It was a big swing, but it was a huge miss for me.
But it wasn't like and I don't want to be that guy that says, "Oh, you're not masculine" by the way he was crying, but he sounded like a child as opposed to a grown man who's in tears of joy or any kind of tears. He sounded like a child the way he was talking. So it didn't sound, I didn't feel like I was listening to a champion. I felt like I was listening to my daughter cry. You know what I mean? That's what had me.
Didn't feel like Onita after a death match. Remember Onita after the death matches? Onita would be in the ring and Onita's crying and he's shedding, crying like a madman.
Funk even forever.
The whole arena is listening to every word he says.
Yeah.
This was not that.
No, not at all.
This was, and because Onita, there's video of Onita blubbering in the ring with his lip quivering, but it was after he just bled for 30 minutes and you know that he's in there saying how he's just thankful for I don't know what the difference is here, but for some reason, MJF doing this did not connect for me, man. It made me look and just go, what are you doing?
What's going on?
What are you doing to your character?
Yeah, so let me remind you again where this all started. MJF and Adam Cole cut a promo against each other where MJF was pretty much the IWC and berated him. They had a match. They went to a time limit draw. We're told they're going to be teammates. As soon as they were told they were teammates, they became the bestest of friends. And now here we are. Adam Cole is hurt to the point where he probably won't be wrestling until midway through 2024. The way they're talking. The way it doesn't seem like he's going to be off that.
No. Double surgery? No, sir. No, sir.
Not anytime
done here.
Messed up in the first place. Where you're going with these belts, who knows? You're just stringing them along now, these tag belts. This MJF, I wanted to see babyface MJF. Remember when I mentioned it before? I wanted to see a babyface MJF. This isn't the babyface MJF I was expecting.
Oh,
it's too
whiny, over the top, pandering.
Yeah,
love me, please, love me.
But that's why I said he's an ideal narcissist for professional wrestling, because he can sway that, especially for AEW. He can sway that crowd however he feels.
Yeah,
he could turn heel tomorrow if he wants to.
Agree.
Yeah. So with that, I'm good on Full Gear. I don't know if you want to bring anything else up. We can head to the main event.
Let's head to the main event and wrap it up home.
Can I tell you something?
Shoot.
I enjoy recapping AEW shows that fast.
Oh, me too.
Not doing the entire show.
Oh.
I think from now on, if we both watch the AEW, I watch the pay-per-views all the time, but if you watch it as well, I think we just pick what we liked.
And that's
it.
If
there's something we have to bury, we bury. If not, who cares? Because that was way more seamless than sitting there announcing every match, who won this, who won that. I can't anymore. 14 matches, 5 hours worth of show. I can't with AEW. We did it for a year. I can't. I just can't.
Yo, like I told you, the AWA show, the Wrestle Rock show, 54 wrestlers. The show was just shy of 6 hours.
That's crazy. How'd they make money? 54 boys. Rumble match? Was it a Rumble match or something?
Well, they had a battle royal on the show, but they also had other matches. Vern Gagne was on the show in a cage match.
Oh wow!
Vern came back for
came out of retirement. I love you.
Rest in peace to the Sheik, bro. Rest in
All
peace
right, my
Sheik,
boy.
Baby.
We're here.
Word, main event time.
Just like churches and like masses. I don't know the words of that song, just that part.
The Survivor Series. Let's go.
Bro, it literally says it on your shirt.
Oh, right there. The Thanksgiving tradition for all Americans.
I'm not writing that as our title.
The Thanksgiving tradition all Americans wait for. The World Wrestling Federation.
So are we calling it Strive to Survive or the Thanksgiving
tradition? The Strive to Survive. Heck yeah, why not?
I like it. It's a good one. Survivor Series War Games live this Saturday. I'm loving it. I love the tradition of professional wrestling in the same realm around Thanksgiving. I just love it. It
goes back to the territory days. It goes back to the territory.
It's amazing. Yeah, because they would.
I love that it's a tradition that has not died.
Right. If I'm not mistaken, you're my guy. You're my historian. They used to run shows on Thanksgiving, didn't they?
Yep.
You'd eat your turkey.
Crockett.
You get dressed.
Down south.
You go get dressed, and then you go down to the wrestling.
Go down the wrestling matches.
Yeah. You go down.
Everybody went down to the wrestling matches after dinner.
Yep. So Vince did it on television on Thanksgiving Day for Survivor Series the first time. So here we are, 30 some odd years later. Nope, wrong one. Survivor Series. This is our main event of that night. I'm going to read off the card real quick. So far, we got 5 matches. They're probably
at 6. No, I think that's it.
You don't think so? You don't think they'll add 6 on Friday?
The way they've been doing pay-per-views and with War Games, 2 War Game matches.
That's 2 hours. That's at least 2 hours. 2 War Game matches.
5's it.
Okay. So we got Gunther versus Miz for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. What you think about that one? We'll just, since it's only 5, we'll just
hyped. Did you see Raw?
Yes.
Miz on
Their
Raw
promo was amazing. Where he kept mushing him,
bro.
Oh my god, amazing!
What
the whole thing? Period. Their whole program so far.
Who knew?
Who
knew the Miz could go babyface, like for real babyface?
I always call him the prototypical heel, right?
Yeah.
I always call Miz the prototypical heel. Miz gets it, Vern. Miz gets it. Come on. In layman's terms, Miz freaking gets it. There's a reason why he's in the position he's in. Miz didn't even have a WrestleMania match, technically. He had 2, but he didn't have one with a long program, big story, all that stuff. No, the dude was the host and entertained you in his segments. If you think about it, right? Pure entertainment. Even the Shane botch, where Snoop finished the match. Entertainment, pure entertainment. Miz is that guy. They flipped Miz in a heartbeat. They flipped him in a heartbeat. That's how quick it was for him.
But that Gunther thing, man, came out like it's just really come on.
And I love it because it shows it's forcing people to look at Miz in a different light. Because the story is Miz, your entertainment, Miz. I don't want, I am the professional wrestler. You know what I mean? It's literally, what was that story that was trying to do the same thing? I'm trying to remember. Oh, the Jericho Appreciation Society, professional wrestling versus sports entertainment, right? Because that's what they're calling Miz, sports entertainment. They're calling Gunther professional wrestling, right? They're saying there's a big difference between the two. So this is clearly it done the correct way, as opposed to the Jericho Appreciation Society versus everybody else, where it's just a sports entertainment stable. You've got one guy who represents sports entertainment and another guy who represents true professional wrestling. So I can't wait to see this match. I think it's going to be a good one. You think it starts the show or one of the War Games does?
No, one of the War Games definitely has a start to show.
I think the girls do. I think the girls' War Game starts the show. I think this is match 2. I think right off of that you start with this. Or maybe Rhea. No, because you don't want to do the girls then that. I think you would do, I think we're booking the card right now, but I'm not writing it down. I think you would do girls' War Games, Gunther Miz, Carlito Santos, Rhea Zoe, main event.
I actually, you know what?
Yeah.
I like your booking.
And now listen, I didn't write it down. Watch me be 100% correct on Saturday.
Yo,
just
I like
remember
the booking though.
I said ladies War Games, Gunther Miz, Carlito Santos, Rhea Zoe, main event. I'm not writing it down because if I'm 100% correct, I'm never writing them down again. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Rhea versus Zoe for the Women's World Championship. What you got?
Rhea?
No, I mean like what you think of the match?
Sorry. I was like,
everybody's got Rhea. Duh. Of course. But what do you think?
Honestly, I think it sucks for poor Zoe because Zoe just came out of nowhere. Zoe has no heat behind her. She's a good worker.
She's being fed.
But creative hasn't been kind to her because she hasn't found it yet. Like she hasn't found what her thing is.
They made her a heater.
I know, but it didn't really work for her though.
Well, no, but this is what I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm agreeing because they made her a heater. Then they paired her with Shayna, and then they gave her this opportunity. Hopefully, she does well here. She performs and delivers, I think she will.
Her and Shayna could have been something as a team. I thought her and Shayna could have been something, but
look at the teams. Look at what they did on Monday with the girl teams.
Yeah,
it seems like they have theirs 4. They're set. They're good they're good right now. You don't need another one with Shayna and Zoe. You can use those girls individually for Rhea. Because you got to feed Rhea some mice. You have to right now. To get to the Rumble, to get to Mania. You got to feed her some mice right now. So that's why I'm kind of like, this is just a mouse for Zoe. This is just a mouse for Rhea. At this point, you already know it's mommy. It's mommy for the foreseeable future. And Zoe is just, And Zoe's just, again, a mouse in the mousetrap. So I don't see where else we're going anywhere else with it. I mean, obviously Rhea's going over. Carlito and Santos. What do you think of this one?
Santos.
I don't care about who goes over.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What do you think about this one?
Okay. That's I'm like. Oh no, can I tell you? I'm excited because Santos is coming out to his old music.
Okay.
Carlito. I don't know what they're doing with Carlito yet. Like
nostalgia right now.
So check this out. Right, storyline wise, Carlito's the new friend who just showed up to school, right? He's a new friend that just showed up.
Yeah.
And he's like, he came through, and like on Monday,
he came through. He's like Zelina's big cousin from California.
And like he came through to cause disruption. You feel me? Yeah. Like Santos has been down since day one. LWO. Santos has been the most loyal dude out the whole squad.
Right. But just feels slighted. He feels slighted.
Yeah. And
so he's like, screw this.
When Carlito came over, I was like, no offense. Who was Carlito to come out and be like, yo, we all know it was you. We all know you. He talk about you. And I was like, bro, because I was just like, in a situation like that, you're thinking, but yo, homie, he's been down since day one. Right. You're the new guy. How are you coming through? And the fact that everybody like that, that Ray was like, yeah, and like they took his side. I'm like, yo, Santos was justified in turning on him because it was like y'all was gonna turn on him for no reason.
So does this match feel like they rushed the program?
So I don't. So remember, this was being set up before. I thought this was being teased a while ago.
Yeah, way back. Go back to when he lost the belt to Logan, and before that,
when he got hurt. Remember when
he lost, when Ray filled in for him and won the belt off of Theory.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This feels like it went all the way back to there of
Yes.
like they had something going,
They planted
and
the
then
seeds.
they pivoted for some reason, and they've stretched it out until now.
But I think now it's too late, and now they're kind of rushing.
Yes,
to get to Carlito and Santos. I think Santos should have worked some of the other guys from Legado before we got to Carlito.
No.
Yeah,
I think Legado, the two homies, they gotta ride with him. They gotta ride with him.
You think they leave?
No, I think what they have to do is it has to be like a who was it? A Triple H, Batista, Randy Orton thing where he's all looking, everyone's just, and it's just like, wait a minute, what?
They drop him off, Batista drops him off his shoulders.
And like, I think they have to drop Ray, and they got to drop
Zelina.
No,
Carlito.
You know what? I actually would say drop Carlito. They break it up.
They're not gonna touch Zelina.
I know they're not gonna touch Zelina, but I think that you have to, because if not, Joaquin Wild and
Joaquin Wild, DJZ.
Them dudes, what are they doing?
Right now
they're on the fringe. They're on the fringe of the.
They're not even doing tag matches. They're not even like in the tag division.
They do house show stuff. They do house show
but they're not tag division mix at all. Like they don't mention them in the tag division.
Well, that's what I mean. But they work the house show tag division.
Yeah, which is fine.
Who cares? Right?
Yeah, nobody cares. House show tag division is whatever. Yeah,
it might as well be non-existent.
Yeah, I'm on the house show tag division too. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So that's why I'm like, so selfishly, I just hope they don't break them up, because I thought that in NXT they were a heck of a combo, that trio.
Yeah,
and so I think it'd be dumb to break them up and slide them. The fact that Legado has his old music again, that's why I was just like, okay, get me the other two guys, get me Zelina, and what I wonder if they bring up what's the face from NXT, the chick who was with him back there, Electra, and you know what I mean?
So maybe they split it where it will be Carlito, Ray, and Zelina, right? And then give Legado and Santos, bring Electra up. But Electra, I think, is with Lola Vice right now, ain't she? But I mean, that can get split. That can get split in a heartbeat. If they want them, they'll.
Remember, it was weird because Electra was the one that didn't get called up. When it seemed like everyone from that class was getting called up, and
but I think it's because Electra can't talk yet, and Zelina can. They weren't doing nothing with Zelina.
Yeah,
Zelina is for sure a talker. So they were like, well, we just put her in the same place as Electra.
Random Zelina. Did you see the Zelina video where she prank called Dom?
Yes, and then Rhea called it something in Spanish.
Voice acting skill is crazy on her.
Zelina is amazing. She's very amazing. She's mad talented. She
called him and did the little kid voice. I was like,
yeah.
I would have been like, yo, who are you, child, and where's your parent? Why are you calling me? Stop calling
she definitely could have been at one of the Sting houses with Chris Hansen if wrestling didn't work out.
Yo,
she could have been the girl on the phone.
She should be doing voiceovers for cartoons. Point B, she should be doing other work.
Yeah.
Like, I did not realize she was that talented. Wow.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
The good thing with the E, those opportunities might pop up before you know it.
But I'm excited for the match. All that to say, I'm excited for Legado. I think Santos. Look.
Hella Gaga. You know there's going to be hella Gaga in that match.
Carlito looks like Andre the Giant compared to everybody. How big is he?
He's so big. He's so big.
He looks like an action figure.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how jacked he is.
I'm glad he looks like that, but it's just in a story, like you said, in terms of storytelling, it felt rushed. But I hope, I want to see Santos win. I think Santos is going to pick up the W.
For sure. All right, let's get to the War Games matches. Let's go with the women. Speaking of something I feel that's rushed. Damage Control, which will be Bayley, Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane, will take on Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, and Becky Lynch. Vern, your thoughts?
Which one of these is not like the other? That's the first thing that comes to my mind.
You talking about match-wise?
What out of the people who've been named in this match?
Oh, yeah,
which
Shotzi,
one person?
Shotzi.
The one name that you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's weird because it's like, why are we putting this together?
But it's almost like all quasi main event or people who were flirting with the main event scene and Shotzi. Yeah. Which I don't mean that in the way it sounds.
No, I know. It's like, but who else are they going to put there? I think that's the problem.
then don't do it. They shouldn't have done it.
I don't think they should have done a women's War Games match. I felt like this Damage Control's second consecutive year in this match, right? I feel like we didn't need
They
it for
have
the
to
girls
win, and they have to win because they took the L last year, right?
Of course they do. But that means things have to break. No, they're more than likely might lose because of things might break down between the faction. With Kyrie saying, but I don't know. You never know. Because they might go the route of having the baby faces break down.
I mean, Asuka joining them the other night, that to me was like,
right.
I guess the Kabuki Warriors, forced. Like, I guess.
It feels forced, though. It feels hella forced.
No.
You got to give me a good reason at the pay-per-view. I feel like the match has to deliver because the story has been confusing. Not even confusing, rushed.
The men's War Games, the men we see the men are constantly mixing in with each other, right?
Yes.
And the women, it's just because the ladies in Damage Control, it's really only been Bailey and Io. And then it was just out of nowhere. We threw in Kyrie and we threw in Asuka.
Right.
But it's like, why?
I think if there's a healthy Dakota Kai, there is no Asuka.
Yeah.
And then and only then does Shotzi kind of make sense.
That's what I'm saying. Shotzi in this whole thing.
Shotzi is a sore thumb. I'm trying to think who else on that SmackDown roster that could have been there besides her. But
it feels like, you know what, Shotzi in there feels like what's her face against Rhea Ripley? Zoe. It feels like that. It just feels like who I appreciate you're giving these people the opportunity.
You have to.
But no one thinks Zoe's gonna win. No one thinks Shotzi has any snowball chance in heck that she's gonna do any good.
Shotzi's getting the pin just because you said that.
That's what I mean. Shotzi's only here to eat the pin, right?
No.
Why else is Shotzi in this match?
She's getting the pin. She's winning.
No.
Shotzi's going over. Yep. Mark my words.
Shotzi's eating this pin.
Anything else you want to say about that match?
I hope. I look forward. Listen, I hope we're wrong and it's a much more exciting match. Yeah, but for right now on paper, I just don't understand why we're having the match. So I hope to better understand it later.
Forced, rushed. It just doesn't seem right. It just doesn't feel right. All right. Last but not least, men's War Game. Complete opposite, in my opinion. All of these guys have been interacting with each other in some form.
You know
except for Randy.
This feels like a logical conclusion to the story because these guys have been annoyingly involved with each other for the last year and change. You feel me? Like every week, these people interact with each other.
Some kind of combination. Yes.
So them having a War Games, that makes sense to me because I'm tired of seeing Monday Night Raw. How does Monday Night Raw start?
Judgment Day.
So this one makes sense.
Absolute sense. Yes.
Getting 5 guys together to be in this team. And then picking up the phone to call Randy, the baby faces, Seth and Cody setting aside their differences. Like, I feel like they did a great job kind of like trying to close up a lot of those
thread.
loopholes.
Yep, all those loops. Yep.
And like getting the thread and threading through the story.
Even threading Drew into the blanket. By saying because of that promo he cut Monday.
What? Yo,
amazing.
I'm like, bro, I'm only doing this because I don't mess with like how y'all messing with Jay.
I love how he said
Jay.
I love how he said, my real fans, if you know me and you've been paying attention and watching the show, I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to everybody else who seems to forgive Jay and not realize what he did to me. He cost me my biggest opportunity at becoming champion.
His beef
in
is
front
legitimate.
of my family. Right. It's totally justifiable. You can't boo him. You shouldn't. How quickly you forgave Jay, because you always liked Jay to begin with because of what Roman was doing to him. How quickly you forgave him. But now you're mad at Drew because of how he feels about a man who cost him numerous times something that he wanted. You would be just as pissed if you were in Drew's shoes. As a human being in any situation similar to that. So it's like, how can you be mad at the man? That's why I love the story and how they threaded him in there. It's like, I'm not a part of the Judgment Day. I'm here because I want Jay in a cage. That's the only reason why. So that's going to factor into the story of the actual match. Of course, there's going to be some kind of breakdown there.
Nah, I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm excited. This is a War Games match that I'm actually like, yo, I want to see this match.
How did you feel about Cody's delivery about announcing Randy Orton? He said it, but didn't say it.
So I thought from the opening line, the second he said it, the crowd started chanting Randy.
Yeah,
like everyone knew it.
Yeah, sure.
So I thought it was the right way. You don't have he's that big of a star. You didn't have to say his name. You could have said, I think I hear voices in my head. Oh, he could have just said that. The whole place would have lost their mind.
Okay, so I sort of agree with you, but I feel like if he was going to be subtle, he should have been more subtle than he was.
Subtlety is not Cody Rhodes. Subtle is not a thing. The man with his logo tattooed on his neck, subtlety is not a thing Cody Rhodes understands.
He tried to be. He tried.
Subtlety is not something he gets.
But I don't know. It just, for me, I didn't like it. I didn't like how it came off.
Really, I enjoyed it. I thought it was.
I've got a legacy. And then
I thought it was clever.
He hears voices in their head, but this time they're right. Flips the microphone, and I'm like, oh, because my wife, she fell asleep, but she goes, "Wake me up to tell me who it was, and show me like if Randy comes out, blah blah." Because she thought it was Randy too. And I'm like, all right, I got you. And then that happened. I didn't bother waking up the wife. She goes, why didn't you wake me up? I was like, I wasn't going to disappoint you because he didn't show up. And it was kind of hokey how it was introduced. So I was like, I just let you sleep.
I liked it. That's funny. I thought it was clever because it's the wink, wink, nod, nod that insider fans like us go. He's the voices in his head. I know who he's talking about. Correct.
God, nonsense. But yeah, I can't wait to see this main event. I think that's going to carry the show.
Agreed.
It
did last year. The Bloodline and was it last year? Was it last year? Was Bloodline and the
Bloodline Kevin.
That's when the chill. That's when my man
the
Sammy,
hug. Oh,
that was the hug with Jay. Wow.
And now they're still on the same side. Crazy how fast a year goes, right? It was a year ago. So hold on. I'm trying to think what last year's War Games was. It was the Bloodline taking on Brawling Brutes, which had Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens. Sheamus, Ridge Holland, Butch, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens. That pay-per-view also had 5 matches.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I think it's going to be a 5-match card.
It was Bianca, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, and Becky Lynch against Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley in last year's War Games.
Oh, yeah, where Nikki Cross jumped, or she did nothing and then just jumped. Oh, God, I remember her in the cage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is also that pay-per-view that had Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi. So a year later, Shotzi's getting her shot.
Stat on her face or whatever. Yeah.
She botched the DDT apron bump or something like that.
Yeah. No.
Okay. So Vern, I'm good. Anything else you want to say before we head on out here, before we wave that pencil?
I do.
I think the boss man.
Happy Thanksgiving, my friend. That's what I want to tell you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's right. It's today's the day. In about 8 hours, I'm gonna be making my famous smacking mac and cheese.
Okay, that's what's up. I'm gonna be making some onion rings. I'm gonna be making my mother a hash brown quiche in the morning. I'm gonna get up in the morning and make her some quiche.
I got what else we got? We got bacon cheeseburger bombs on deck.
Okay.
Wifey made potato salad. She's bringing to the feast.
Okay.
What else? We got the trifle. You remember that trifle from the birthday party?
Yes, sir.
That I think she's making buffalo chicken dip tomorrow. We got a crazy array of food. We got a whole fusion. So you know what time it is. Do you have a pencil to wave, Vern? I know it's an away game.
Yeah, you know what?
I can do it if we have to.
All I got are pens. All I see are pens. I see no
wave
pencils.
That pen, Vern. It's permanent. Wave that pen.
All right, then
wave it. All right. Pens waving. You know what that means. The music.
Wait, was it? Is the promoter would take from behind the ear?
Yep. We are time. Well, sorry, it is time to get on out of here. The pennant was waving, the music's playing. It's time for your boys to ski-daddle on out of here. It's Turkey Day. I got to be up in about 7 hours to start prepping for stuff. So it's time to get the hell up on out of here. So, with all that being said, for my man, Vernon Somoza. Wrong one. Touch it. Ow. I am Frank Champion. I am me. He is him. We are they. Say Happy Turkey Day, Vern.
Happy Turkey Day, Vern.
You like the switch up. And we're out of here.